the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be my session. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon television.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Morovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. If the children cry for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Morocco, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Funjama, River to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat my regular, my brother to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You want to get a nose up there, to spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, 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 kilibamba. What I want? Yes, everybody.
Spoon TV.
Yes, everybody.
Spoon TV. Spoon.
Ba-da-ba-di-ba-di-ba. Kidi-di-di-da-ba-do.
Spoon Entertainment.
Let's say go to there. Go to there.
To the spoon.
Yes,
To the spoon. Spoon. Spoon.
yes, party there.
And your boy right at the South Bend. James on the beat.
To the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be my session. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon television.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Morovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. If the children cry for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Morocco, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Funjama, River to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat my regular, my brother to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. Yeah.
Pleasant good evening. Pleasant good evening, and welcome to yet another very captivating and informative edition of the Spoon Talk. Right here on Spoon 107.5,
What I want.
Fabric 101.1. Of course, the show has been relayed across Liberia on several community radio stations. We're also live on our various social media handles: Phone TV Live, Super TV Live, Fabric TV Live, and at our YouTube handle, Spoon Talk. So welcome, and let's have a wonderful time together this evening. My name is Yekezi Zwubil, sitting in as your producer. And first up, we go to the lines on the first segment of the show to get to hear from you. What's on your minds? What are those burning issues that you want to speak out for the relevant government authority or officials to be in the know of, and if there's a possibility of addressing some of those issues so that the government can come to your call. It's now 36 minutes on the flip side of 8 o'clock. That's the initial time check to what I said and talk to you. Let's now go to the lines and get to hear from you, Liberians. What's confronting you in your various communities? What are those burning issues you want to speak to? Or what are some of those trending national issues you want to opine on? Call us on 0777 1075 0777 1075 0555 101075 are the numbers to put it through. For those of you watching us live via Spoon TV, Fabric TV, and Super TV, all that our YouTube handle, Spoon Talk. Call us on the numbers that we hope to screen very shortly. We hope to pin on the screen this beautiful Thursday evening. So call us on the numbers rolling down the screen for those of you outside Liberia. Let's go to the line to speak to our very first caller this evening. Hello, your name and where you join us from. Hello, are you there? Hello?
Yeah, good evening, Yagazi.
Good evening. Let's hear you out.
Yeah, Yagazi. How you doing? Yagazi, how about it?
I'm great.
Yeah, Yagazi, this is the voice of Sabu Rasta. Yagazi, I'm joining the show from Point 4.
Okay, let's hear you.
Yeah, Yagazi, it's good for you asking me why it's on my mind. You know how people got a saying, Yagazi, they say, whenever the stranger reaches a time when you can ask questions, you can never miss the road. That's why Yagazi will not miss the road tonight. Let me tell you,
Abu, please go to the point.
Thank you. Let me go to the point. Yagazi, why it's on my mind? We're hungry, we're suffering. Look, what's on my mind has to do with the MCC scorecard. Look, brother, the thing you're looking at, we're playing football game. We're playing football game when you not respect the rules. I think we can play the game. Every game in the world, brother, that rules they play by. So if the president fails to abide by the rules, brother, can you say, brother, the democratic tendency, brother, if you not respect the issue of the rule of law, then, brother, who are you rescuing? We're not creating jobs. Then who are you rescuing, brother? You get to answer the question now, Yagazi.
Thanks for calling.
Yeah, just from my education, you get the government fee. Who are you rescuing? We are hungry, we're suffering.
Thank you very much. Let's talk to another person. Hello, your name and where you join us from?
Good evening, Yekesi.
Good evening.
My name is Andy M. Siaka, and I phone from Johnsonville Township.
Yeah, Andy, please go ahead.
Let me say thanks to the station for this platform. My concern has to do with the issue of our NTA process. I want to say thanks to Mr. President. I was so asking him in the MCA bus today, taking around, making sure that the Liberian people are happy. And I just want to say this. Liberia will be destroyed as long as we take things personal. I saw a few handful of people booing at the president with the NTA buses. And these are the same people coming to sit in that bus to say $40. I just want to say thank you to the government for all of your progress. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for calling. Let's talk to another person here on the line. Hello, your name and where you join us from? Hello?
Hello?
Your name and where you join us from?
What I'm Edward W. again, and I join you from Back Settlement Center, Virginia.
Yeah, let's hear you out.
Yeah, my brother, what is on my mind? The first, then I'll make a recommendation. The first one is that the superintendent of Motorado County, the assistant superintendent Sylvester Lama, and the commissioner of the township of Virginia, they are all bad representation of democracy. My brother, we voted for our councilmen in the township of Virginia, and the superintendent came and used his power and removed the people disrespecting and abusing the local government act, and decided to instill the people undemocratically this gone week, which is very, very bad. And my recommendation to Spoon FM, I said it the last time, there is no one who lives with disability that is on the show. We need someone to represent us on the show as we love the show and we listen to it religiously. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And as per your allegation, we hope to follow up with the superintendent. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's talk to another person. Hello, your name and where you join us from? Hello? Okay, we lost that person. Let's talk to this person on the WhatsApp line. Hello, your name and where you join us from? Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Please go ahead.
My name is Thomas Doe. I'm calling from Des Moines, Iowa. USA.
Okay, what's on your mind?
Well, what is on my mind is that I am a UPist, and we've invested a lot of energy, in the going elections, and the way things going, President Wakite is not looking at our effort and just looking at Supenu, who is a flip-flop in between and that of the rest of the folk. And we, the bona fide youth of Grand Gilead, were in downplay, then we'll find a different place to go. You're the VP, the same thing to do that. We said our people they don't want the superintendent and accountant. I came there, I told them, and the same thing is going on. So if it's so just there, trust me, we will go somewhere else to find another place. We've been at UPs, for a very long time, been suffering in that country. And they don't listen to us, listen to people who are suffering our people. And because of that, most of our folks are all the country. And if that's the case, they want to do, then that's fine. Well, I saw a record, they all know me, work at different reports, wherever the food, the situation that you have a superintendent selling our land, doing deal without the caucus, and the caucus, we don't have unity party saying, a reputation in the caucus, but they all agreed and they are doing this thing, we are working.
Thank you.
So we understand. If they want to play the game, we'll play the game.
Thank you very much. Thanks for calling. Let's talk to another person. Hello, your name and where you join us from? Hello? Hello, are you there?
Yeah, are you getting me?
Please go ahead. Your name and where you join us from?
Great. This is Pastor David G. And look, if all of us are now worried, then I don't know why we are existing. Are you aware that the report from the MCC is telling us that the government has failed in protection of its mineral resources, government effectiveness, Imagine the government fails in the rule of law. If those components, including trade policy, are all failing marks of the government, tell us where we are headed as a country. What are we? I listened to the minister today on Finance. He's talking about the soccer. When it's got 98 million, you pass. But Mr. Minister, you're breaking or passing in 12. When those ones that you feel in are more grieved, then what are you celebrating when there's soccer? Some people, where is the country? Like our boy I said, though, they lie, they lie, they lie, and they lie.
Thank you for calling.
This is the country.
Thank you. Let's talk to another person. Hello, your name and where you join us from? Hello? Okay, we lost that person. Let's talk to another person here. Hello?
Okay.
Good evening. Let's hear your name and where you join us from.
I'm Lawrence Spencer. I am in Johnsonville.
Spencer, please go ahead.
You know, it is utterly embarrassing, and it is mind-boggling to see people parading President ENT across Monrovia today. I mean, the way Liberians are portraying themselves in the team manner reform, I mean, it's totally shameful. Our friends are celebrating job creation for their youth. Our friends are celebrating good healthcare. But the whole president of the nation is putting into the boss of driving the executive management to prove why exactly. I mean, they never thought that I mean, you guys, it happened. We condemn these people to take our country seriously. We should condemn these people. Why you put a fellow NTA? I mean, that's the way to tell the man, hold the man, the man, the man moving $1 million. The poor people. Boss is not the first time coming with positive NGS and money for the forces they're coming. We want to see stream development, we want to see job creation. So why the whole the popular boss with the parading?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's talk to another person on the line here. Hello, your name and where you join us from? Hello?
And you come out. Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead.
It's Andy Kamara. I'm just calling to participate in this segment of the program.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, I've been in this country for nearly a week and a half now. I've been seeing a lot of activities that seem to be off in terms of security. They're just getting bribed from people on the road, like they do it like without even thinking that people watching them, especially the police, the checkpoints. They're not even checking the cars, but instead they're getting money from the drivers. So I don't really know what's going on. Is it how they're meant to be operating? And they're so serious about drugs, and in this country, they should be checking every single trucks or cars that pass through their checkpoints. So it's very, very bad. And I think on Monday there was an incident on the Kakata and the Banga Highway, just around Kari. I drove past there. Just before that, there was a checkpoint there. And I tried talking to the officers to ask them if they could just try and redirect traffic or take charge of the area. They said it was out of their scope. They have already passed it on to the fire services. And the blaze is still going off as we speak.
Okay.
So I don't really know if do they care about their citizens or they're only here for themselves and their families. So that's just what I wanted to say. It's just very bad, to be honest. Our people shouldn't be living like this.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
There's no clean waters. There's nothing happening for anyone.
Thank you. Thank you for calling. Thanks for making your point.
No, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Let's talk to another person here. Hello, your name and where you join us from? Hello?
Reggie.
Good evening.
Hello?
Let's hear you.
Hello?
Hello, please go ahead. Your name and where you join us from?
Yeah, my name is Sam. I'm calling from Johnsonville.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Let me say thank you for the topic of discussion. I just want to congratulate the government for the NCC school card. You know, all of us in the city is so political, but the government did well. We don't want to press the citizen whatsoever the government for short will yeah. The issue about the rule of law, business and all that stuff, the government do it. So that means the thing they see for keep pushing hard, for keep stepping hard on our government. They show the weakness and the loss of our government. So we're telling the people that we will rescue you. Don't feel deterred by what the opposition will tell you. The opposition will never say anything good. We were there before we experienced it, so they are paying back. Let me say thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for calling. Thanks for making your point. Hello, your name and where you join us from? Hello?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you. My name is Sekou Fofana. I'm calling in from Do community, member of Unity Party Intellectual Bureau. I want to say the Yekezi and now our brother citizen the more get as a hard down for the December 6th. Because the December 6th now region they are gateway. Every region talking about they give you with the partisan the 50-50 to. So I don't even know what they say give their information. So let me say this, Yekezi. We want you to power. If our money business, Yekezi charge me some more. Now if you Saturday it will be on the media. So squad and nobody even compensate or talk about we behind the party we want the sources of this. So we're not there for money. But we're not there for money, we're there for our whole heart. So let our brothers stop freely and say we are just about empowering. Even they did happen to NTA, they will just live and direct.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for calling. Let's talk to another person. Hello, your name and where you join us from? Hello?
Yeah, hello, Yagasi. How you doing?
I'm okay. Your name and where you join us from?
Thank you. Caldwell.
Your line is bad. You want to do some adjustment?
Thank you. I think you're getting me now.
Yeah, much better. Let's hear you.
Thank you. You know, I saw a post from one Sekou Carrasco on the social media. You see, this country, our country have gone so a long way. You know, we don't fight religion war in this country. If people like Carrasco there in the CDC who brought this country to creation, who did this country for they were in power for 6 years, a thing that our Muslim brothers and sisters will use religion to defend our country is not true. Liberians, we have lived in this country, we have lived in unity, we have lived in oneness, we love one another. There is no Christian and Muslim war in this country. When there's anything that has to do with a court order to evacuate anybody from anywhere, Sekou Carrasco should not use that means to try to think that it is a religious war. Liberia is not even going at that level. That's the kind of propaganda. It will die in the living room. It will not even get into the piazza, not even get outside. It's not the way to come back to power. Come back to power. People are getting the message what you do for the people. It's not about using religion or saying that, oh, whatever thing is happening, government is against Muslims. It's not true. This government is responsible enough. I think people like Carrasco, they do love this country. They want to see the country going down because they destroy this country. And they think that President Bouaka is fighting very hard to restore to our people.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
To destroy this country. It's not going to work.
Thank you. Let's talk to another person. Hello, your name and where you join us from?
My name is Kenneth.
Yeah, please go ahead.
My idea has to do with directly with the lawmaker Samuel Koga. You know, I just want to ask if anybody is also is an Malian or knows the tradition from Nima country. Because all the fighting at Samuel Koga fighting, I want to understand one thing. There is certain tradition in Nima that people call a beer. Once that name is attached to you, it means you cannot fight that person. Anything that person says, all that person's decisions shall be the final. Samuel Koga acting as if to say he knows tradition or he's one hierarchy within Nima. We may agree. But all that person Samuel Koga is fighting, when they take it to tradition, and Samuel Koga knows when the beer speaks, nobody talks. Anything that beer says, that's why the elders agree to.
Thank you.
Take for example, hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Be brief now.
Conclude quickly. Yeah. Beer, let me make you understand what the beer is. It's almost like where you are now, the town that you from, if your mother is from that town, your father is not from there. Anything goes in that town and you test and you say you want, they will give it because your father is not from there and your mother is from there. So that's how Jeremiah Kun is like in Nima country. Jeremiah Kun is a beer. So Samuel Koga cannot for him. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's talk to another person. Hello, your name and where you join us from?
Hello, good evening. This is Alfonso P. Baca, Red Power International. I'm calling you from Tiraspol City, Monserrado County.
Yes, Alfonso, let's hear you. Go ahead.
This topic, I want to thank you ever so much for the topic of the discussion. You know, there are some people, as you already said, what is on my mind. There are some people in this country, they feel that they are untouchable. They feel that they are the only voice in this country, and which is not correct. Like the brother was saying, the previous caller was saying about Jeremiah Cohen and this new senator from Nima County. The new senator from Nima County is trying to bring divisive politics. And he is not the whosoever that he claims to be in that country. We have people here. Prince Johnson, the attitude and the behavior of Prince Johnson, he far away from it. Prince Johnson, we all we can know that people were crying, oh, Prince Johnson was there, Prince Johnson was that. Prince Johnson was a unifier who touched the land belt of Nima. Whether it's a Geo belt, whether it's a Mana belt, he tells all the about what that Samuel Coker man bringing. He has failed. Before about he say he will never succeed in the fight against Jeremiah. Thank you very much.
Thanks for making your point. Let's talk to another person here. Hello, your name and where you join us from? Hello, are you there?
You hearing me?
I'm hearing you now. Please go ahead.
Yep, I'm Eric Zaulo calling from Tunisia.
Eric, please go ahead.
Yes, as you said, speak your mind. But other people, when they speak on a man, because they are opposition, they always call them off. And you allow other people to explain better.
That is not true.
And you are not taking a show before we.
That is not true. I gave everybody the opportunity. So you wouldn't speak for the longest because there are others on the line. So we can give you 2 minutes. We can give you 3 minutes. So please go to the point, sir.
Yeah, I'm monitoring. I wanted to tell you, go everybody, we are listening to it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your concern. Let's talk to another person. Hello, your name and where you join us from? Your name, please?
Augustine calling from Cocoa Factory.
Augustine, please go ahead.
Yeah. What I have on my mind is this. I want for us, we the Liberians, to put ourselves in one shoe of appreciating and to move the country forward instead of criticizing government and the government that come into power. To criticize the person, it is not holistically right. If the government does something right, praise the government. If the government does something wrong, we beat the government and say the fact. But everything, majority of the saying on media, on social media, is just leaking to criticism, which is very sad.
Thank you.
So
Thanks for calling.
I'm saying that, yeah, thank you very much. That is what is on my mind.
Thank you very much. Let's talk to another person. Hello, your name and where you join us from?
Yeah, hello, James.
Your line is breaking up. Your line is breaking up.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, let's try to hear you.
You hear me now?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, I say this is about that. I don't understand it. I can't control that. You guys see the problem. Let me tell you something. This comment. Told us say the opinion of people. Me, I want them to come here and pay them. Just to go to that parade. Because you know that we always concern. Me, I'm supposed to go to 2005. Nobody paying off. And we're not there for money. We're there for the real thing. The development. And then probably tell me, oh, you agree on last forever, then you say, happy new work. The paper then imagine, we're not going to tell you, you can't come back. So I can't go for this paper and I can't go at least that the president that we are going for one. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's go into this person. Hello, your name and
Yagazi.
Hello? Hello? Yeah, your name and where you join us from?
Can you
See
hear
your
me?
WhatsApp. Sorry.
Yeah, but stop the person, Yagazi. Stop them.
Okay.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Yeah, but you can take calls that when we come on the show, it's time to start. Yagazi, you're just taking 12 minutes for letter, yeah? How you doing?
I'm great.
I mean, you mad with the people that call you? Are you vexed with them? You mad?
I'm not.
Yeah, you can't call, man. You just the people calling, they want to tell their own, but look at the time. You can say I'm going home, man. You started, you late already. You late. You very late. Yeah, Fred about I asked the man, I did something to the man. The man fell or something.
No, I'm not angry. I was just receiving calls.
Oh, you were just taking call.
I was just taking calls. That's it.
Oh, okay. So you want me to wait? I'm gonna come back when you're ready. You'll sing on me, right? I can wait though, right?
See you. Welcome.
No. I want to wait. I can come back.
Welcome. You get started from here.
Yeah, I can wait. You want me to wait?
You are already on. So I think you.
No. Okay, I'm gonna go back when I come. When you recognize me, now I come back. I'm gonna go in the back small. Wait, yeah, let me go in the back small. What, man?
Okay. Yeah, but let's see if we can take calls until the CEO comes back. Yeah, the numbers remain the same: 0777 777 1075 0555 101075 are the numbers to put it through. This evening is 1 minute past 9 o'clock. So let's see if we can take a few calls. See you, welcome back.
At least you welcome me now. My heart satisfied. Yeah, just don't call it. The man see me, you want to recognize me. What did I do to the man? What's going on here? You gotta ask the man. What? So at least that my heart satisfied when you welcome me. Nante, you gotta see you how to die. Oh no, man, nobody dying here. How you doing today, my people? I just love to come on early to give Yekezi hard time, talk with the producer, make sure that we are on course, we are in tune. A lot of stuff happening today, Yekezi, from the Capitol building to the executive mansion, from the executive mansion to yellow machine to blue machine to 60 buses and everything. Yekezi, a lot of stuff is happening in the country. Some good, some bad, and but the yellow machine amount went up. You can see. You know about that? When I hear you, my man, you meet yourself.
Yeah.
You heard what I said, right?
Yeah, you said the yellow machine. The number, is it a number or the amount you're talking about?
The money.
The money?
The government said they were going to pay $21.6 million, but what we're hearing today is bad. The money went up. The money going up. The money going back to Mama the money. I mean, so we're going to talk about the yellow machine thing today. The money went up. It's no more $21.6 million. You guys see what happened?
I don't know. Only the government can speak to that.
No, but you the government, you can see. You are the government.
I mean,
you don't know. You are the government, you can see.
Talking about the drivers of the country. We are the government.
You are one of the many drivers, you can see. You are one of the many drivers.
Yeah,
you are there to tell the Liberian people, especially the member of the Fourth Estate. You are there to tell the Liberian people the truth. They are mad. And what we said is, you can see, this is not a joke. From $21.6 million, and that be exact on the amount. I'm going to go to the amount. The government has moved the amount to over $30 million. What happened?
So the question is whether there were additional machines added, yellow earth moving equipment added.
You asking me or you making a statement?
I'm asking you a question.
I'm asking you.
Not you, not you, but the government.
You in Liberia, you the star journalist, and where on the side you asking me? You there?
Yeah, I'm not asking you per se. I'm just asking you.
You make it. So let me understand now. What you saying?
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, according to you, the money has increased. As opposed to what was announced earlier. So if the money has increased, then the question is whether the number of earth moving equipment have also increased.
No.
Or they remain the same.
Nothing increased. Not by even one small equipment. Nothing. The amount set was 21.646035 million. And we'll discuss it. So I want you to take your pen and a paper, you can see. And I want you to write it down. Because the guys come in and we discuss it. This is shocking. This is shocking. Who is responsible to negotiate for Yellow Machine? But who is responsible to negotiate the financing of the Yellow Machine? Ladies and gentlemen, we want to talk to you. We want you to understand, and we want you to just tell us. The last document we received, the amount of $21,646,035. That's the last amount. You can see you got it, right?
Yeah.
Today, what we gather and what we have, 30,700,000, which is $30.7 million. You can see, let's take our calculator on our cell phone and do the math. Don't do the perfect key math. You can see, I beg you, don't do this. We don't want a perfect key math here today. If anybody doing perfect key math, we don't want perfect key math. I beg you, please. You leave perfect key math alone. So let's go ahead. 30.7 You can put the figure in good though. The librarian people got to see this one. Minus 21,646.035. This is bad, you can see. I'm going to call the number to you. I want somebody out there so smart to do this real quick. While you share the show, I want you to understand the Yellow Machine, and the guy's going back to China, right? The Yellow Machine, the first rate, 21.646.035. Today, the price went up, or the negotiation went up, or the government is adding a little over $9 million. You can see why. Why you can see? Why are we? I'm going to put a paper up, right? I'm going to show this to the librarian people. I'm just saying, look at where we're coming from. It said in the Senate, the senators are looking for the paper. Only us get the document. None of the lawmakers seem to have seen it. Maybe some of them have seen it, but they all had it. And we're going to tell the librarian people, we're going to share the document with them. We're going to make them understand the price of the Yellow Machine just went up by over $9 million. But I thought Jeremiah Kun says 21.6 million. Why is it going up? What's going on? What we have is breaking news, and the nation got to know, and the vice president got to speak on it. But the negotiation between the finance ministry, Roland Jennings, and the entire committee, somebody about to eat $9 million. You can see, I'm hearing you. You want to say something? I'm hearing you.
Yeah, I mean, the government has got to come up and, you know, give us explanation. Why is the money increasing overnight?
And I yellow machine. Yeah. The government have to speak. The Liberian people want to know why the money went over $9 million added as of today. Everything we are seeing, geopolitics in the works. People are fighting, people are talking, and I'm saying to you, something bad is happening in Liberia. What's the next story? Look at Dama saying in the back. Well, we care if you're in the back. No. What's on the plate? What's the next story? There's something about asset recovery. Did you follow that story? That somebody, they beat on somebody.
Yeah.
They beat one of the asset recovery guys today. They beat on the guy. The asset recovery and property retrieval tax force, they are complaining. They beat on one of the guys today. They strongly condemn the brutal assault on one of his staff members by Mr. Mawulo Jala. Who is Mawulo Jala? How did this happen? When I said on the show the last time that the government got to give asset recovery people protection, people think I'm joking. They're after them. We will show you who Mawulo Jala is. But guess what, folks? Asset recovery have so many bank records that this guy is involved in money laundering. I'm about to tell you the story today. This guy sent Charlie Quintan the allegation he been moving money illegally. Now me saying it. Asset recovery said the government come for investigation. And when they want to serve the guy the letter, the guy called people to beat on the asset recovery people. Just shut the show. They're going to get juicy. I'll write it down. You got your pen and your paper, write it one down too. I will explain that story to you guys. Asset recovery. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like the Spoon Talk, we want you to give us a thumbs up. We're trying our best. We're not there yet. We're going to make it happen. Right? So I'm just... If you like the show, just give me a thumbs up. I'm going to give you some Google story today. Right? Everything is on the table. Number 3, President JMB, Joseph Nima Boakai, were in a bus today. You're riding a bus today. 60 buses came. For how much? We'll tell you that story. What's the amount? $3.9 million total for the 5 years deal. If you don't know, let me tell you. The government just contributed $500,000. The rest of it, who paid for it, will let you know. That the bus situation. It's some good news, right? Do you know something strange happened today? They opened a casino at LBS. And guess who owned the casino? Guess who are the owner? Who are the partners? Now they Jojo Boakai and Tantan Boakai. Yes, wow. Listen. If you own Spoon Talk, we're going to discuss the issue. You can come to your own child. So LBS is a gambling center. We get a picture, we get a video that the sons of the president were there, and you know the opening, that's their business. So you can touch it because it's of interest. These are allegations that they can explain as alleged that they own it. So they were there for the opening today. We'll show you the picture, we'll show you everything, right? You can make your case. How many stories are there? You can see how many stories. I won't bring the guys on.
I think that's 4 now.
You can see that 4? I ask the people, do they want more? They want more story? Beatrice people, you want more stories? Bese, you want more story? We got more. Benzi, Capoli, Chester Bruce, Robert Winter. Yes, Sylvester. I'm going to say again, all of you, Jamel Ross. If you guys want more, we give you more. You want more story, we give you more. That it? I mean, we got plenty. Come here. Let me go ahead again and see in the us know what we got there. Yagazi, you want me to stop?
Keep on, continue.
Yagazi, you sure? We got plenty of story.
Yeah, I mean, just getting the gist. They come back. You and the panelists can you know, they can give you a perspective about them.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder. We got another story. Have you realized that since President Baga suspended Steve Zago, can you give me a picture? Today, the 13th of November, make it 1 month since Steve Zago was suspended. He can never come back. They put somebody on the job. Give me Steve Zago picture. Since Steve Zago was suspended. Steve Zago saying he was suspended. Today, make it 1 month. 1 month, folks. Same President Baga suspended him. Give me the main picture, we'll put it up. I don't know. I don't know about you. Send the suspended man to them, make it 1 month, and make him come back. He's not coming back. But Steve Zago, 1 month suspension anniversary. We say happy anniversary suspension. No, you know what I mean? 1 month suspension anniversary. But wait, I'm begging you. Guys, 1 month suspension anniversary, and we gotta say congratulations. What was that? Gregory, we gotta say congratulations. They suspended the month. Today, I've been tracking it, right? Can you give me a picture? Today, make it 1 year. Say they suspended Steve Zago. And they ain't got the man back yet. 1 year, happy suspension anniversary to you. I don't know. Congratulations, suspension anniversary. Happy suspension anniversary. 1 year since they suspended the man. 1 year anniversary suspension. You guys tell me what you want me to tell the man. Open the phone line. What do you want me to tell the man, Yagazi? Open the phone line, Yagazi. They suspended the man 1 year today. The man can never come back. Yagazi.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is not good. They suspended the man. It's been 1 year since they suspended him. And I think to be fair, one time I would say hello to you, but it's been 1 year since they suspended the man. So how do we call it all a congratulations? That congratulations?
I mean, you know, it's very interesting, Stanton. Very, very interesting.
No, I know it's interesting, but I'm asking you, what do people want me to say? After explaining all this sweet news, I come to tell them. Then the point I get in front of me. So they suspended the man, right? Read a letter. I can read a letter for you. I can read a letter on Steve Zago. To be fair.
Yeah, it's really, really, really terrible, to be honest. So I've received and reviewed a report regarding your handling of a writ of Republica involving an individual.
Okay, so that's the reason why. Yes, the reason why they suspended him. Now we're going to know the reason, right? Now, like people will ask him, well, why they suspended the man? People have different story. But we're going to tell the Liberian people the main reason they suspended him, that he's not coming back because they not find new director, commissioner. They found somebody new. But my fellow Liberian, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, boys and guests, in the tomb of Prophet Key, we do not take fraud to beauty pageant because the fraud will not win. Can somebody call Prophet Key and leg that around Prophet Key? We will not, we do not, we shall not take fraud to beauty pageant because the fraud will never win. But here's the important thing. 1 year congratulations suspension, it goes to Steve Zago. And let's read. I have received and reviewed a report regarding your handling of the writ of New Exit Republica involving an individual. Who's that individual? Samuel 12. Honor court action. According to the findings, it has been determined that you exercise improper judgment and fail in your duty to uphold the responsibility required of your position in this matter. You got to listen to the reason why this Steve Zago, he was kicked out. It's not me. I'm just here to talk to you. You can find us on Voice of Liberia. Sekou Doukley is sharing the show all over. Find us on Spoon FM, on Facebook. Find us on all your social media outlets, the Super Facebook, the Fabric Facebook, the Voice of Liberia, all of them. We got some very important. People are booing President Boaga today. I don't know why. I woke up late today. I don't know. Some people were clapping, some people were booing. I said, oh, am I president you're booing you so? The person said, yes, and they're booing your president. I said, for what? They said, Papa is performing for them. But other people are clapping. And I said, my president you're clapping for? They said, yeah. I said, for what? They said, Papa gave up free buses that he didn't pay for. I said, oh my God, is this how it's happening now? But let's go ahead with Steve Zago. Ladies and gentlemen, share the show. I got about 10 more minutes. I see Kanye Bagbara in the back, Fadela Patrick in the back, everybody in the back, they come to talk their own. In view of the above, listen, this is interesting. 1 year sentence suspended, Liberia Immigration Services suspended Commissioner, the General himself, Director General, Commissioner General Steve Zago. In view of the above, you are hereby suspended from duty, exactly, without pay, for a period of 3 months. So, President Boaga suspended him for 3 months, effective immediately. The 3 months supposed to be November, December, and January, right? Because this letter said November 13th. 3 months. But then what happened? 3 months. 3 months they suspended the man.
No due process.
November, December, January, February. We get up to February. Somebody says stand on that November is started, so wrong to February. I say I agree. But I get no problem. I get to argue. We get up to February. We get up to March. Then what happened? Upon receipt of this letter, you are to turn over all office-related materials, assets, and any accessory under your care to your deputy, who will assume your responsibility during the suspension period. We trust that this period will allow you to reflect on the high standard expected in the execution of your duties. And we look forward to your improved commitment upon resumption. Where the resumption? What What's the resumption? What?
The resumption cannot come. The resumption is far away.
Guys, I mean, I said February 30th. I mean, you can do it in March, no problem. But let's say this. What are we going to tell Steve Zago? Is it happy suspension anniversary 1 year? I mean, somebody gave me the word. Vendetta, help me. Don't talk to me, Vendetta. How would I approach your suspension? Happy 1 year anniversary suspension. Congratulations, suspension 1 year. Can somebody tell me why you want me to tell Steve Zago? I want to go on. I get plenty of story today.
We'll just
What do you want me to tell the man?
Happy anniversary 1 year. We just gave the anniversary. Political suspension.
We're not hearing you, VP. We are not hearing you. Come back. Go come back. Maybe it'll be.
Happy political suspension because it's been 1 year.
Okay, let VP go come back.
Yeah, totally.
So my thing is that, can you help me? I'm begging you all. I will not move. Nobody move. Nobody shake. Anybody move, fire will burn. Tell me, what do you want me to tell Steve Zago? Happy 1 year anniversary suspension. You guys see, is that happy we'll say?
Well, I think it's not a happy thing for Steve Zago. I think he's not happy about that. So telling him happy anniversary, I don't think that will go down well with him.
Agree. It's quite unfortunate when you think about it, Stanton. No due process, no feedback. Even the letter itself doesn't make sense.
Okay, so I want to agree with you, right? So what do you want me to tell him now?
Let it slide.
I can't let it slide. They suspended the man. They suspended the man because of new ex-Republican that they say he didn't handcuff Samuel Twe. And that's what the letter saying. They said the man didn't handcuff Samuel Twe. I don't know, new ex-Republican is for the person not to leave. Is it for the person that coming in? Can somebody help me? And this is the president letter from the executive marshal signed by President Boaga. President Boaga said, I'm suspending you because you failed to follow instruction. He made mention of the new ex-Republican. It's not me. Yes, I don't even postpone the letter. You can share the letter if you want. Take a picture of it. Take a picture of it. So the question remains, seriously though, what happened? So how are we going? I'm going to stay with this and we'll leave it. Great. Are we going to say congratulations for your 1 year anniversary? Are we going to say congratulations for what are we going to say here, Great? What are we saying here? The man.
Are you hearing me now?
I can hear you, Fendella Patrick. You are clear now. Let's go to Great. Great. What should I say to Steve Zago? What should I tell Steve Zago?
I think Steve Zago is just a victim. Okay, and let's just congratulate him. Just tell him, congratulations. He's a great man. I've been knowing Steve for a long time.
I understand. Steve Zago is my man, but he's not taking my phone call and feed it. I don't know why. But my question is, I want to leave the conversation. He refused to handcuff Samuel Twe. And for Samuel Twe to be paraded all through Broad Street, Newtown, West Point, Clarendon, all over. He refused. The president letter indicating that very clearly. But my question is, in this, what are we going to tell Steve Zago? Congratulations, 1 year anniversary suspension. Congratulations that you're going, you're not coming back. Happy anniversary, 1 year. What? Can somebody tell me what am I going to tell Steve Zago here?
I think we should honor him. We should honor him as a patriot, a guy who refused to take unlawful order from his superior.
Okay,
that is a patriot.
Okay, let's go to Fendella Patrick. VP, what say you?
Yeah.
So I think it's good to be valuable. So for me, I want to speak clearly. If the actor outside of the law is statutory responsibility ahead of Nigerian Immigration Service.
VP, the only thing I ask about, because this is just a passing by story, how will you tell him congratulations or no congratulations, VP?
I don't congratulate somebody in such a humiliation situation. You know, I think what we can say is that for me personally, if the daily base on the ethical standard of the Liberian Immigration Services when he was suspended, he has to be proud that he was not made to speak against the conscience. But if he did it outside the confines of the law, he was suspended, then there is a need to have a second thought to improve, as the letter said. And so, in everything that we do, CEOs, I think there is a positive sound and negative. Whatever the case may be, he remains a Liberian, he has learned his mistake. If indeed he was unjustly, suspended. So I think he's good. I know him to be somebody good. I visited his office many times when he was.
I beg you, Chief. I'm not trying to just interrupt you. I want to hear other people's view. Then we got to go to the juice of this topic. Steve Zago, 1 2 team 1 2. What would be the message here near exit Republican, he failed to implement, he failed to follow the instruction. You can define it any which way. The president said in his letter, it's in the chat room, you failed to follow instruction and exercise your duty. You should have cuffed Samuel Tway, you didn't cuff him. You should have put him behind him and you take him up Crown down Crown up Ducor, come back, all Kerry Street, Waterside, all over. You didn't do it. So I'm going to suspend you for 3 months. And today is the 1 year anniversary Sunday suspension. Is it a 1 year anniversary? Is it a 1 year congratulations anniversary? Is it a 1 year thank you for serving? Is it a 1 year that the president suspended you and forgot about you? What's your take, Wanto?
We discussed something very critical yesterday, CEO. We spoke on the rule of law. You know, fundamentally, the abuse of rule of law on the basis of political perception of how professionals should work is terrible. And this is the situation. The letter itself does not make sense. The president obviously has the constitutional right to make decisions as he pleases. He can nominate, he can suspend, and fire. But we have the right to be able to investigate a due process in it. There's absolutely no due process. You provide someone 3 months to say return and we'll be able to evaluate what you did. Let's agree what he did is a fundamental, let's just agree for agreement's sake that the president felt like he's supposed to handcuff Samuel Tway. But you gave him 3 months to evaluate the decision. What happened to that 3 months? We're discussing 1 year today. So
he's coming back. So again, what would be your takedown? What are you going to do? Happy first suspension anniversary. Happy not coming back anniversary. What say you now?
It will definitely be happy not coming back because no way he's coming back. I mean, almost a year now, Stanton. It'll be wishful thinking to assume that the president will. In fact, the president completely hit the man to the point that he cut off communication with him totally.
So, guys, thank you very much. We'll get into it. I want to welcome each and every one of you. We got our brother, Karis Gray. We got Kario Bagbara. Kario Bagbara is here, the councilor. Mandela Patrick is here. Tama Aguilas. Tama Aguilas' mother was dancing and singing for the mayor. We'll play that video today again. We got the doctor, Monsieur Beauplan. He's in the house. We want to welcome each and every one of you. I hope your internet is strong today. Today is a basic day, and we want to give the people nothing but the best. Guys, share this show. Let's make progress. And I will read this letter and allow the other 2 panelists to conclude. Then we move on. Yes, the letter. Steve Zago, 1 year today. He was suspended. He had been replaced. Confirmation hearing went on. They have a new commissioner. So what happened? And the president didn't give another letter to Steve Zago telling him, you are not coming back. Can Steve Zago sue the government? Can Steve Zago go ahead now and take pay on a suspension? The president didn't say you are suspended without pay, or the president didn't say you are suspended with pay. The president said, I have, and this is important, received from who? Who the president received it from? These are questions people are asking. I have received and reviewed a report regarding your handling of a writ of New Exile Republican. Guys, involving an individual with Samuel Tway on a court action. According to the finding, it has been determined that you exercise improper judgment and failed in your duty to uphold the responsibility required of your position in this matter. In view of the above, you are hereby suspended from duty. Now the president said without pay yet, so the man wasn't getting paid for the period of 3 months, effective immediately. This letter went out to Steve Zago November 13, 2024. December 13, January 13, February 13, 3 months. What happened? Come back.
Yes, sir. Yes, CEO. Good afternoon to you and good afternoon to colleagues in the panel. Look, I'm going to get right to it. Steve Zago, I would say happy insubordination anniversary, because that letter, and I wasn't there when he failed to carry on his duties. That letter clearly stated that the man practiced what they call insubordination, because they gave him specific direction and he failed to execute on his direction. But he didn't get a letter to come back because look, in government, there's what we call damage.
What was the direction they gave him?
The direction is that you are suspended for 3 months without pay.
No. You said they gave him direction, and he failed to carry on the direction. What was that direction?
Then I'm going to carry on the letter. It said handling of the writ of Exat Republica involving an individual under the court jurisdiction.
So who did I give it to him?
Look, I know in every jurisdiction you have bosses. So
who was his boss? I want you to talk to us. You can't kind of
the immigration boss report to the Justice Ministry. That's my understanding. I may be wrong.
We gave that to you. So the Justice Ministry gave him a direction to exercise the Ne Exat Republica.
Well, no, they gave him guardians. They gave him instructions according to the letter. He was given instructions and he failed to carry out those instructions as given to him by his boss, Minister of Justice. That's my understanding. So I can deduct from this letter that the Minister of Justice then, his boss, had to write a letter to the president. They said, well, the man failed to carry out the instruction he was given, and that's insubordination. And based on our report from the Justice Minister, the president took action and suspended the man. But he looked.
Thank you. So how you call the suspension today? 1 year why?
A 1 year happy insubordination anniversary.
Thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, just to come on track, the only reason Tama is happy because he ran against Steve Zacko, and Steve Zacko, beat him the first time, beat him the second time. So that's the issue. So Tama is happy because he's able. He run it against Steve Zacko. So let's just be fair. I gotta say, I say this. But you finish. We gotta go. We finish, my friend. Welcome to the show. You finish, my friend. We'll bring you back. You go, boss. Welcome to the show, Chief. Councilor, you go, boss.
Thank you, Stanton. I'm quite happy with Boss. Boss is one of my favorite brands, and it accentuates my physique. So I like to always put the Boss. But to the matter at hand, the question, and again, good evening to all of the fellow panelists. But to the matter at hand, sometimes CEO, a lack of understanding or a lack of learning, or sometimes just plain anger, leads us to politicize or to misinterpret government action. And I think in the case of Zago, this is what is happening here. What transpired with Zago, and I don't know Zago, I haven't met him personally, I have nothing against him, so there's no reason to adopt a position that seems to contradict or to go against him. However, what happened with Zago is not just insubordination. It is contempt of court. A Ne Exat Republica order is an order issued from the court, compelling the judicial officer or whomever it is to act in a specific manner when a public official elects, if that letter we hold it to be the basis, to act against a court order duly issued. That public official is not only derelict in his duty, that public official is violating a court order and is subject to contempt of court. Now, that letter is basically saying that Zago disobeyed a court order. It's not about Samuel Twe. It could be anybody else. Once the court makes a determination to issue a Ne Exat, the requisite judicial officer that it is attention to must act in line with that order. The fact that Zago, a law enforcement professional, did not act in line with that order means he violated a court order. Now, is Zago a tenured official? Is he an independent official? No. He's the head of the Immigration Service. He works at the will and pleasure of the president. And the president, I believe, and those who advise him said, look, I don't want to have somebody who will violate the court order. And so therefore, Zago, I suspend you. Now, when you serve at the will and pleasure of the president, there's something in law we call constructive dismissal. You will see that there are people in positions that are will and pleasure. Once the president appoints another person, you are constructively dismissed. The president has no responsibility to write you a letter and say you are dismissed. The president has no responsibility to say we must investigate the matter to know what went wrong. When you serve at will and pleasure, if the president woke up in the morning and he didn't like the way you speak, he can sack you. So to conclude, may I end this? May I end my thought, please, CEO?
Quickly.
To end, I think we should not allow anger or politics or a blatant lack of knowledge on a matter for us to reach a conclusion. A knee exit Republican order is an order issued by a court. Law officials, law enforcement officials are under a prerogative to implement mandate duly issued by courts. To not do so is to be derelict of the contempt of court.
Carrier, thank you very much. Dr. Bopler, let's hear you on this issue. We'll deal with Carrier later on. And guys, just for the record, Carrier is a lawyer. That's what he went to school for. And many other things. So, but let's keep the lawyer out on for now. Dr. Bopler.
Good evening, CEO. Good evening to my friends. It's good to be back on the show. I've been away for a minute. I've been following the show, though. But I've been away for a minute. It's good to be back. CEO, let me ask you a question, though.
Yes, sir.
Why are we discussing something that was initiated in November, executed in February or March, and we in November, a year later, we're talking about it? Why are we having this discussion?
So we are having a discussion because it's a 1-year anniversary. Then he was suspended for 3 months. If you won't vote, if you vote.
1-year anniversary, he's not back yet.
Nah, he may not back yet. They gave him 3 months suspension and he didn't get out. Number one. Number two, the context under which he was suspended. Right. We got to inform our Liberian people.
Got it.
Number three. You want me to go out? I can go ahead.
Yeah, listen, go ahead.
I can go ahead. So just make your point quickly. And I want to ask the Liberian people, if I should call Steve Zago tonight, should I say happy suspended anniversary, congratulations for your 1-year absence? What should I tell him? And,
don't tell him nothing. Don't irritate the man. The man already trying to figure out.
Okay, but I'm going to say
but people's action, listen now, the president action or inaction says something. So suspend for 3 months, then call you back yet. 2 things. One, remember the standard for law enforcement people are higher because they're not only supposed to know the law, but they have a high standard to uphold the law. Now, a counselor here will tell you the same thing in the legal profession. If you know what you're supposed to do and you're derelict in your duty, they're high standard. So the immigration boss knew what was up. And, when the court said this restraining order, hold this person in jurisdiction, that's what a court means. And the people who are in law enforcement can be the people who are disregarding the law. The president, on the other hand, has the power to appoint and also has the power to regulate people. The president can say we're paying for 3 months.
But that's not what issue, Dr. Bopler.
Yeah, so
everybody on the show knows very well. Everybody on the show knows very well President Boga has the right to at will.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying now. So it's been a year and the president not calling back. So but the president in action, the president is speaking. So, I'm sure Mr. Zago behind the scenes are asking questions or inquiring of the right persons.
So let me say this, and guys, this is so unfair. What is knee exit Republican? And the only counselor here on this show has taken us to Douala, Lokintown, West Point. What this thing about knee exit Republican? What is it? What's the actual definition? Or let Google search it. Let AI. No, hold on, guys. We'll start with Dr. Bopler here. Let's AI. Let Google it. Let's go and see what the Liberian terms and definition is for knee exit Republican. And let's ask our Liberian people, if this apply to the Samuel Toy coming into the country. So let me ask you, Dr. Boblak, what is it?
It's a restraining order from the court, CO, that asks you to keep a person in a particular jurisdiction of the court. Okay, and
not to leave.
No, wait, guys, one at a time. Everybody will get it on your way because go ahead, Dr. Boblak. Finish up, sir.
It's a restraining order, basically, that actually asks you. The court said this person, Propler, for example, must be kept within the jurisdiction of the court, and you can't move outside that jurisdiction without the permission of the court. The counselor here can tell us a little more in depth, but that's the
I don't want to hear from the counselor because he just deceived the Liberian people.
That's
a
long and
simple to say. He just deceived the Liberian people again. Even if we must protect, defend, and speak for this government, we should be fearless and always speak truth to power. The only single definition of the ex Republican, what is it, Tama?
It means basically do not leave. If you look at the definition in Latin, do not leave. Do not allow the person to leave the country. So it's an order that say do not allow this person to leave or escape or run away from our jurisdiction.
Thank you very much. Well, thank you very much. Vendetta, you want to add to the definition, sir?
In simple English, it means, from my understanding, to take someone for safekeeping until the NIPO is done.
Say that again, Vendetta.
Take someone for safekeeping based on court order until the NIPO is done. That's the simple version.
So thank you. Well, what say you? Just a definition.
Oh, there's multiple definition here. One is it says do not allow the individual to leave the country, which is one of the definition. And but there's a very maybe we'll have a time to speak again, but there's an interesting thing that highlighted. It says that the president cannot interpret that from a political interpretation.
We'll come there one too. Let's just go back to the definition, right? And I think you are there. Brother Kanyo, can you just define the ex Republican for us?
Wow, we can't talk now. Why you want me to talk?
I will come to you. Brother Kanyo, can you define it for us, sir?
I mean, no, as far as can go.
No, I want you to.
Any exit Republican is a court order that is attention to law enforcement officials or appropriate professionals to restrict the movement of somebody that they have issues with for legal determination. That person can be coming into the country. That person can be exiting the country. What they are saying
can you send us your definition for the exit Republican? Maybe you're reading different book. Can you screenshot it? Let put it up. Let people see that say the person can be coming in, and you got to stop them from coming in. Can you send us a definition?
I'm telling you what the exit court order is about.
No, I want you to educate us. If you can find it in your own lawyer dictionary, find it somewhere and send it to us, and then prove us wrong. Because you say the person can be coming in. Is there anywhere say the person can be coming in and the exit Republican apply to them?
I just said to you that a knee exit is about restricting the movement of a person or person.
You said about coming in.
I don't want to speak exactly like you speak, Stanton. When there's a restricted movement, that movement
is say. Kayo, you gotta be serious on the show. Stop playing this game. Let's go. You can't be doing this. Let me hear from you, Akaris. Let's talk. Akaris, what say you about the as a Republican, Akaris? Akaris. You gotta unmute, Akaris.
Yeah, man. It's shameful and embarrassing, man. You know, to come on this platform of intellectuals and try to mislead the public. It's very dangerous. it means you are under the jurisdiction of the court within a confine in a country you shouldn't leave. So the immigration will stop you from leaving the airport. It's not when you enter it. Okay, there are two different things. And let's assume that it was contempt of the court. Why the court didn't act on Steve Zago? Why did they invite him? That is another misleading conversation. Okay, if it is contempt of the court should act. And remind you, the Supreme Court has issued a stay order on the action of the lower court. That provided a window period for Mr. Samuel Tuah to enter into the country without being arrested. That's what Steve Zago acted on. Okay, because the Supreme Court issued a stay order and said the lower court, your action holding until we look into this matter. Okay, the defendant had gone to the Supreme Court and the court agreed to issue a stay order. So at that point in time, the lower court had no jurisdiction anymore to go after Tuah at that point in time. So Tuah used that window period to enter into the country.
So let me hold you there. Brother Gray. Yeah. This is so bad. When we come on the show, even if we don't know, let's try to learn from each other and just speak the truth. Because generation coming after us, they will sit on such a platform and say, we remember the Stone Talk. And this is how we have to do it.
That's suspend Candio today for lying to the public as a lawyer.
No, I will do no such thing. But even if you go on AI, even if you go on AI, the definition is clear. I don't have to agree with you. Excuse me, guys. In Liberia, a ne ex republica is a court order that prevents individual facing criminal. My man, don't interrupt, please. I beg you, please. A court order, you already not lied to us, you cannot defend it. Let them make progress here. A court order that prevent individuals facing criminal charges from leaving the country. It is a legal mechanism used by prosecutor to ensure that the defendant do not flee before their legal cases are resolved. For example, the Monrovia State Court has issued such a writ against lawmaker accused in Capitol building fire case, instructing security agencies to prevent them from traveling abroad. There's no way you can spin this one. Now, the argument about this thing that Boble, Samuel Tuah was returning. Samuel Tuah was coming into the country. He was surrounding himself to the government. They were looking for him. He said, yeah, hey. Why would you put another as a Republican on him again? And to be frank, in that book you said is that one of the reasons why we put it up, I can put aside the joke and say, why are we going to test Steve Zago? The other thing I want to say, 3 months suspension, the 1 year today, Steve Zago will not go back. Anybody can interpret why, it's up to them. The president suspended Steve Zago 1 year today, and Steve Zago still out looking for the job. May God bless him. Another thing I want us to talk about briefly before we go, we got so many things to talk about. Do you guys know that the yellow machine price went up $30.7 million? The last amount we heard of on yellow machine. Yegazi, please give me the photo of the yellow machine. It came down to $21,646,035 at the Boble. Today, document we have received, it went back up to $30.7 million. Why? After the yellow machine, let's just brush this away quickly, very quickly. Let's talk about what is happening with the asset recovery individual. People are beginning to beat them. I was on the show that Boble, I said those people need maximum security. LCC, Alexander Zoe and her team, asset recovery, Clamati and Hastings, they went to serve. Yes, the letter is in the chat room. Yes, the letter that Boble. The asset recovery and property retrieval task force strongly condemned the brutal assault on one of the staff members by Mr. Mawulo Jaha, whose company Zid Group of Business Inc. is currently under active investigation by the task force. That's the problem. They beat the man, they beat the investigator. They beat the investigator. we are receiving reports that a lot of money, plenty money laundering took place on Magudo. These are information from our sources. These are allegations. So all they wanted, my man come and answer question. Why we receive the main calls from getting people and beating? Our carriers will explain further because I think he's informed otherwise on the story. But who is this guy? Why is he running away from asset recovery? How much money did he launder? How much money did he siphon? A lot of story coming up, and I'm going to read it quickly, Akaros. Then you can come in. I'm sorry, I cannot share this document. It's very sensitive. But let me read something off it real quick. All right, $2 million. Movement of $2 million from the revenue of Liberia through the Ministry of Commerce that went through several corporate entities to include Z Group of companies, a business, $18 million Liberian dollars plus more. This kind of money, $2 million US, $18 million Liberian dollars, and all this thing that went after the man said, come and talk to us. The man said, I can't talk to you guys, and he beat on the investigators. Asset recovery is in trouble when especially there's no money in the account, in the budget for them. That's a whole different story. They beat on them. Talk to us.
Yeah. First of all, I think this is really concerning if a public servant, while carrying out their duties, is attacked. I think that's concerning. And this is where I think you may have touched about this in previous episodes, where I think as the work and the crackdown against corruption began, as the asset recovery team and the LACC begin to indict people who have been involved in corruption, I think this is when the government needs to act to make sure that these people who are doing their work are protected. And we have to anticipate and safeguard the well-being of these people, both their homes, when they are going to work, to make sure that they are not in harm's way. Because we have a society for over a decade and a half, 15 years, we resorted to violence and bloodletting. And the AK-47 and G3 and M16 became the laws of the land. Guys could use that to take advantage of people and get their own justice. It is wrong. It is wrong today. It was wrong yesterday and will be wrong tomorrow. I think whoever did that, Stanton, if we can get a hold of them, those are the people who we should fast track in the judicial system so that we can set example of them. It should not happen today. It should not happen tomorrow. It is a shame.
Yeah, but the guy that they got him. Let me bring him from Vendetta Patrick. Let me go into all of his guy. For a long time, we see another councilor on the show, Councilor Clinton. He's going to be right between here and Kanye today. Welcome to the show, Councilor. Vendetta, this issue about the beating on Clemartin folks, and the after Clemartin, people are beating on him. He went to the police station, and we invited him to come and tell this story. He said his lawyer said he cannot come on the show. But Clemartin, that's the letter. They're reporting that this guy beat on them when he was served the document from asset recovery. Vendetta Patrick, talk to us.
Yeah, so first, let me categorically condemn any act of violence meted against state actors trying to execute their responsibilities in the confines of the law. I don't think anybody should be attacked. While we stay with the police investigation, I still want to say it's condemnable. But CEO, I know Maolo Jara in person. He's somebody I grew up with. I don't know him to be violent. And if he physically attacked member of the asset recovery today and went to the police, I want to categorically condemn that action because that is not a character I know. I saw him growing up in Firestone, specifically in Cottontree, renting bicycle. Later on, he became a money changer. He went into rubber, and later on, he is where he is today. This is somebody I know. When you talk about talking, he talked too much, and he argued on sports. I will agree, but I have not known him to be somebody that is violent. If he did that today, personally, I think it undermines his credibility and his actions should be condemned.
And Vanda, thank you very much. You say you know him, but again, how long have you known him for? How long?
So I said, this is somebody I knew since 1997. When I was in Division 44, we used to rent bicycle, we pay small money, we come to the checkpoint, we go by. That's how he started renting bicycle. Later on, he became money changer. And personally, we used to come from Abel Multilateral, we took money. Money changing at that time, it was good, big business. Later on, he went into rubber.
Can you ask him, say you know him, ask him, maybe he will explain his side of the story. We try to reach out to him. We can, if you have his number, can you ask him, please, while we make rounds on this? It would be fair to hear him, but this is asset recovery version. They are saying that he beat on the investigators. They had to go to the police station, and this guy is doing money laundering. The report is saying there's a lot of things went through him, and they have investigated, and the conclusion is huge on him that he should be prosecuted. So again, like you say, I'm happy that you know him, and maybe you can convince me.
When it comes to that other matter, the law will have to take its course. But I don't know him to be somebody that is violent, never. But if he's doing it today, the action must be condemned by any Liberian. It is typically attacked. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you very much, VP. Let's bring in the Councillor Bagbala. We'll go to Dr. Bopler, then we'll come down to Gray and the rest of the team. It's good to see you on as well, Emmanuel George. Thank you for joining us. Councillor Bagbala, what will you make about this asset recovery complaint?
I think it's very worrisome to have private citizens challenging the jurisdiction of constituted governmental bodies. I mean, before we saw it with the police, people assaulted the police. We've seen it in other areas where court officials are being resisted for serving precepts of court. And now we see a body that's established to fight corruption, reclaim government asset being attacked. All right. If what we see in the letter is true, and I don't want to doubt that the Asset Recovery Commission will put out a communication of this sort without sufficient reason and basis. I believe that indeed something of the sort went on. And if it did, it has to be condemned. And I think whoever is responsible should be held to account. This is tantamount to obstruction of justice. It's tantamount to breach of the peace. There are a number of violations that are present, if it can be proven that this person acted in a certain way for people who were acting on behalf of a constituted governmental organization. It's wrong. So I think we need to step up. And then lastly, before I go, the nature of the mandate of AREP makes it even more pressing that something is done. Because if nothing is done, people start to disrespect the whole mandate of recovering assets. We can't have that. So something needs to be done about it. And it's wrong. And
that's why we are flagging it, because so you hear that. I just said it last week that they would chase Alexandra Nzo and her team from LDCC. They need maximum protection. That they would chase asset recovery. I mean, you can talk about the GSC. What's the guy named Jackson? You can talk about the auditors. You know what happened. And this is getting to be serious in Liberia. These people need maximum protection. Now somebody has alleged they beat on one of, who knows what happened next. Dr. Bopler, what say you? And then we'll go to our brother Gray.
Stanton, like others, I think it's unfortunate. We should be able to express ourselves without being violently expressive. So, and especially if somebody in the line of work, they're just doing their job. Nothing personal. If a ref send you to John Doe, Yagbawo Mapu, you go there, you're trying to do a good job. So you who are on the receiving end, whether it's a writ or a letter or a summons, you receive it and then you respond. Listen, I don't know, Mr. Chala, I hear people who know him say they don't believe in a violent man. I have no reason to pass any judgment. I don't know him at all. However, I want you to understand, I want all of us to understand though, you know, when it comes to situations where it's a possibility that you could be maybe losing something. You see, it's different. There's somebody cancer kind of goes somebody over there say you did something to them. But if it goes down the road with the possibility of losing something, you know, it can push people, it can trigger people into different places and different reactions. I don't know if that was what happened. We got the report that the man said he was beating. That said, this job is a dangerous job. Nobody should go to serve anything again on behalf of that entity without armed escorts. We have escorts all through town here, Tanton, escorting people, player than we even know. And they escorting them, or we need police to escort these people, or agents of the court, but armed persons to escort these people. Let the people just do their job. Look, if I didn't do anything wrong, I didn't do anything wrong. You come, you give me my paper, you accuse me, I will go and defend myself. If I didn't take anybody's property, I didn't take anybody's property. Nobody should get vexed with the messenger. The people are just doing the job, okay? The people are just doing the job. So it's unfortunate if you got beating like that, but I think the agency should correct that now and don't put people in harm's way like that.
Thank you, Dr. Boblet. General Gray, let's hear you. What's your take on this Mauro Jalap individual and the allegations?
Start on the different. I know Mauro personally. I've known Mauro before I became lawmaker. From that, I rightfully narrated who Mauro is. Mauro is one of the most successful Liberian business guys who grew up from scratch to where he is. Let me confirm that I spoke to Mauro today. Okay, I asked Mauro the question because when I heard the issue at the police station, Mauro told me, because I was encouraging Mauro to come on the show, but he said a lawyer did not want him to come on. Mauro told me that today he received a first call by 12, I think 12:40, 12 something today, from someone claiming to be from the Access Recovery that has a communication for him. And he told the person that he's at his business center at the rehab area, they can bring the communication. The person said, no, let us meet to Chop Bar, Ghana Chop Bar on SKD Boulevard. He said, no, I cannot go to Ghana Chop Bar. This is where my office is. You can bring the communication. So he received a second call later on. He was still at rehab area and told the person to bring the communication. He received a third call after he left the rehab area and went to a construction site at Smart area, or what the place name, or the Baptist Seminary area. So he told the guy his location, where he was, okay, and he would walk to a shop. So he went to a shop there, and the Access Recovery team arrived, 2 persons, according to Mauro, in a Mazda unlicensed vehicle. One of the guys got down from the car and walked into the shop in the VIP and served him the communication. And he held the communication, and the guy requested cash from him. He said, we can handle this thing, but you can give me some money. I need small thing from you. So Mauro said, but identify yourself. Because you brought a communication from the Access Recovery team, but you have not identified yourself. Can I see your ID card? He refused. So Mauro said he decided to call the police in. He took the phone call and called one of the Zoom police officers. In the event, the guy ran outside and they called the police back, or they had 2 police pickup back up. They came and Mauro said, let's go to the police station. So they went to Zone 8. When they went to Zone 8 police station by 5-6 days afternoon, the police went through the matter. The mountain, according to Mauro, Club Mountain came and started insulting that they are government rogue, the story. He said, but I never got no government contract in my life. Not a single dime in my lifetime. The government had given me a single contract. Maybe it's a misinformation given to you. So class said, but you're jailed and you're arrested. So the police said, no, we'll turn him over to a lawyer and his wife. Tomorrow he will come to the police station Zone 8. So his wife signed for him. And he go into Zone 8. But the communication says, and they appear the Access Recovery communication on Tuesday, which is on the 18th. It's in the communication. I don't know whether you get a copy. I have a copy of it. So that was the situation according to Mauro's side of the story. But I really wanted him to have come on the show. But I asked him some question. He said never in his lifetime he had received a contract from government, whether market winning money or because the letter says 18 million Liberian dollars of the 2 million US dollars.
Thank you.
His entity.
Well, I mean, real quick, I know we'll come to the other. Let me bring you in real quick. You listen to Marlo version through Gray, because Gray said he know when you spoke to him. What say you real quick? 30 seconds. What do you think? Can you? Do we have a
Sorry.
delay?
Yeah, I'm trying to unmute the mic. I mean, the thing here. So what I would say is, right now is a question of Gray's testimony, which we have to trust, or we may want to trust, as opposed to what the asset recovery has documented. For me, I don't know Maolo, but I do know Councilor Clamati, right? And I want to believe that he's operating in a space in the execution of his mandate. What I will say though is that there's a tendency amongst Liberians, and not even those that are well off, even those that are not so well off, to always resist law and order, to question police officers. You may not fight back, but the fact that you even start to question a precept from an authority can be problematic. So I don't know what transpired with Maolo and what Akara is saying. He spoke to him. I have no issue with Maolo, but I know Clamati will not outrightly lie about something as important as the exercise of their authority. That's all I will say.
Thank you. Let me bring in Wanto. Wanto, let's hear you. Briefly, Wanto. I mean, Clamati is very detailed. But the issue we should consider, now we know they are investigating Maolo Jara. They are investigating him on money laundering and other issue. So whether he beat on them or not, I think Akara is great. The context here, what we're taking out of the man is booked, and he will be sent to court for major serious charges. What do you think?
So for me, the first thing I would definitely say that absolutely violence should not be accepted in a society. The other thing also is that I will hope that we can have unique perspective from both sides. But I agree with the comment on protection for law enforcement officers, including the asset recovery thing. We may disagree with them, but they definitely need and should have the highest protection possibly, because in all cases, asset recovery is a very dangerous role in a legal space, and I think that will require some level of protection. Notwithstanding, I've always said, and I'm going to say it again, that we must be able to distinguish the legal profession from political rhetoric. It's very important, because if you do that, you will obviously be getting into a steeping slope. And this is why today we must be very, very much cognizant of how we can be able to, comment on a situation as such. And I'm hoping that Stanton, you can be able to bring Maolo or to provide his side of the story. And I think
that Gray know him, Fundetta know him. The man will work for his lawyer because they get a term of their call prejudicial. I don't know how you call it. But Emmanuel, welcome to the show, Dr. George. This is the story. We are moving in that direction. I said it again. These guys, it is concerning. They need protection. If this allegation is true, this would not just be a one-off, Emmanuel.
Yeah. Let me first of all start by greetings, fellow panelists. Good to see every one of you this evening. And our viewers, thank you for joining the show this evening also. I will add my voice to the voices on this panel that have spoken against disrespect for the rule of law. In recent times, we have had several incidents where police officers were ran down or beaten in communities, which we all should frown upon. Because the law enforcement officers, they are sworn to defend the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia and to protect every one of us, whether we are in position, opposition, or any position we are in. It is their duty to protect us as Liberian citizens and even those who are within our borders. So it's time for us to respect them. Now, if the alleged situation took place, I believe the officer who was allegedly flogged, according to the letter, should go to court and sue for being flogged or being abused at that level. And we should take this thing seriously. Every one of us as Liberians should take it seriously. But hopefully, again, the account of Representative Gray may be the true account or whatsoever. And that's the reason why, if we take Representative Gray account into consideration, one of the reasons why people struggle with law enforcement in our country is the two-faced nature of some of our law enforcement officers. You are given a letter. Again, I'm on an account, if that account is right. You are given an order to go to arrest or issue a warrant to someone at his office. Why are you inviting a person to Ghana Spot to have a meeting and telling them that you will circumvent the particular law that you are being asked to enforce? And I think that's the challenge in our society, where law enforcement officers want to enforce a particular law on a particular group of people, but they are also circumventing a particular law that they are supposed to be enforcing. And that's the challenge. And hopefully it will happen on both sides. While we are condemning this situation and calling on the government and all Liberians to stand against it, we should also be condemning the law enforcement officers who carry out two-faced actions, trying to glean money out of the pockets of the people who they have been given warrant to take to the court of law.
Yeah, but okay. So anyway, I mean that's great story, right? Now, somebody got to talk here. You know, I don't want to be unbalanced.
You never have no evidence of that.
No,
because it's easy to just spin everything, Emmanuel.
Without condemn, great story.
But some have evidence of the other
accusations. Oh, can I
Grace not a prophet.
Guys,
Grace not a prophet. I'm not going to take Grace.
Nobody asking you to take a story. I'm telling you what he said to me.
No. Emmanuel, finish up, please.
No, I want to share with Tama that
nobody want you to take that story.
The issue of police officers being granted warrant to serve people and calling those people to pay them is an issue that many of us have experienced in Liberia. Every one of you on this panel, you are Liberians. Have you never experienced that before?
No, I never experienced it before. Never.
Okay, thank you.
No, you said you included everyone, and I have never experienced it before.
Okay, Senator. I will leave.
You're laughing. I didn't meet anyone policeman yet. I asked me for driver lesson in Liberia before.
Okay. It depends on when the last time you were in Liberia, whether you were driving at that time. So that's the thing. That's the thing we need to consider. But again, I'm saying if the story that Representative Gray is sharing is true to that level, that's why I'm speaking to. But again, yes, we should all condemn this situation.
Thank you, Dr. Josh. Let me bring in Gamada Clinton. Gamada, you're the last to go. What say you on this one?
Well, I think it is wrong for anyone. I think if we have problem with government agents, there are legal channels for us to deal with it, and we cannot sit and kind of support or any kind of support to attack on government agents who are exercising their functions. If we believe their actions are illegal, of course, there's legal means to deal with it. We shouldn't, but we are not going to sit here and pretend like what Emmanuel is saying, that law enforcement historically don't have a problem. There's historically a disconnect, there's a distrust between the Liberian people and law enforcement, because law enforcement historically has been used as an instrument of the political state to harass and intimidate the people. So when you see the struggle between the ordinary people and law enforcement, that's where it comes from. There has to be a national conversation about that, and that has to begin with the government
training is agents and to follow the laws, because when you again, there's Akara's story, and I hear Tamba say, well, you can't believe Akara's story, there's no evidence, but you also don't have evidence to support where the other side is saying. This has not been proven in any court of law. So while there is no evidence for what Akara is saying, there's also one of the allegations that has been alleged by the asset recovery thing. So there has to be a conversation about this, but I think agents of the government have to be professional. They have to follow the laws. And, again, there's a historical distrust. It's going to take some time for people to come to terms with that. But it's going to happen as law enforcement or agents of the government go out there and conduct themselves properly to gain the trust of the public. I don't know if you left this, but I was watching the show before I came on, and I just wanted to quickly respond to the first issue was on about the NIA as a Republican. And I heard the Land Council provided a definition. I think he's been very generous and very broad about what it is. That it is not to just, he said it's an instruction to law enforcement to restrain the liberty or to restrain the movement of people. That's very broad. Right, NIA Ezekah is really to prevent someone from leaving this jurisdiction. If there is an issue with a particular person, you go and petition and say you have reason to believe that the person will leave the jurisdiction, and then the court provide you that the NIA Ezekah, so the person don't leave the jurisdiction. It's not to just restrain the person's liberty. So it is not usually when people come into the country, because when you go and make that application, you have to say that the person. You have reason to believe that the person is about to leave the country. If the person is not in the country, why are we even granting the application so that the person don't leave the country? So it is not given why somebody is coming in the country or expected to come in the country. It's usually someone in the country that have some legal issues going on, or some legal issue has been filed against the person, and the filing party have some fear that the person has some means or have some reason to believe that the person will leave the country, and so they file for that.
Again, a CDC counselor versus a CDC counselor. We leave it at that. One practicing in America, one have never practiced in Liberia. We leave it like that. Welcome to the Spoon Talk, where we come to say our own and you say your own. A counselor in America that run after motor vehicle accident, insurances, immigration, and whatsoever. And another counselor in Liberia that have never practiced before. He's a chief of staff to one of the representative. Again, these are my good brothers, my good friends. We laugh, we joke. Please don't take it seriously. This is Ever Spoon Talk. Shall we proceed? I want to bring up the picture I just received, right?
You will try very hard, but you will not succeed.
So these are the two gentlemen that went to serve Jala Mavro. So these are the two gentlemen. I hope we get a video today, because I'm hearing this video out there. I'm still trying to find Mavro Jala photo. I hope I can get it. But these are the two asset recovery gentlemen that want to serve on Mavro Jala. Again, we keep you updated. Thank you for joining Spoon. Share the show. You say your own, I say my own. We move on. We got a quick video in passing. And just to be accurate, and I hope I got this video right. Yeah, like we say, invasion. I read like yesterday, today. Guess what happened? The same thing. They're chasing the police officer. They're chasing everybody. Let's play the video. No. No, you can see another one. Let's play the red light video. Which one you're playing? Yeah, I say we don't have the red light video. Don't play that one that the children was singing. I think the one that the children was singing, right? Not this one. All right. I'll make progress. I don't think we have it right. All right, we're gonna put it up. All right, guys. I want to play the one for red light. We all saw that video, right? What happened? It's the same situation. The sheriff from the court, the police, they were chased today. Did you see it, Dr. Bobla? Did you see it? Anyone want to be sorry today? Can you speak to it? Tell me
Yeah.
what happened.
Yeah, I saw a video today on Facebook wherein it was at red light. There was a situation. I think there was an eviction order that the police tried to carry out. And there was a group of people in the building that were basically resisting the eviction. And I saw civilians around the police, the law enforcement officers, joining the police to try to evict the crowd. And I saw stones being thrown. I saw a firebomb being thrown outside of the store. It was tense. And then I saw another clip where there's a fellow that's being arrested. Police holding him like.
Yeah, thank you. They arrested 8 individuals. We got the video up. Let's play the first video. So Greg, let me start with you, right? In line with what we this is Maserati, this is Morovia. This is huge. A group of people saying they want to take our land. The government, it is an individual. They are saying the government want to take our land. Look at those group of individuals. This is huge. What's to you? What's going on? The beating on the police officer, the beating on the sheriff from the court. Everything is out of hand. I'm shocked. Great, talk to me.
No, every time I talk, people get vexed. The police is not even professional. And the police running around so that they can be making mob or arm people just tease them small they running. The police needs to build relationship with the population. We keep saying it, that the police under this particular administration and under Gregory Cuomo have lost relationship with the civilian. Even the civilian who are protecting the police today and fighting on their behalf, do you know that the police started beating them later on? There's another video I have. Probably I think I need to send it to you to see the police beating on those who are helping the police to fight on behalf of the police. After the entire thing subsided, the police went after them. The message here is this: nobody, let me repeat, nobody should touch a police officer. Nobody should beat on a police officer. I don't believe in that. What should happen in the country is for the police and the civilian to have that police-civilian relationship. You saw the last time the AFL came, the civilian were cheering the AFL against the police. The police does not have a good working relationship with the people. And that's the issue. That's the root cause of the problem. But everyone look at the immediate cause of the problem. I do not support brutality against the police. I will never support. But the police, they are very brutal. They are very brutal. The way they will approach you, the way they will come to you, they just follow instruction and just overreact. I'm not saying today they overreacted, don't get me wrong. Nobody should stone the police. Nobody should resist any kind of an order. They should not have resisted it. I condemn that in the strongest possible term. But the police does not have a good working relationship with the population, and Gregory Cuomo has failed on that responsibility. I don't care how you protect him. I don't care how you defend him. It's the worst nature, the lowest level in the history of our country when it comes to police-civilian relationship.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Greg. Dr. Bobna, what say you?
Senator, I have said repeatedly, and I'll say again tonight, that we desperately need community policing. Our police need to be trained in community policing. Community policing make police look like part of the community. These kinds of things, you mitigate them, you minimize the incidence of this kind of gang, mob-like stuff by having police talk to people, especially in that very overcrowded red light area. You can't just go there with tear gas and stuff. That stuff is you to talk about it. You need to talk about it with people. You need to talk and negotiate the way forward. And then you pick the leader in the group, the leader in the community, the leader in that little area. And when you get those people together and get them, quote unquote, on one accord, those people will do the job for you. And the police will just stand by and make sure these things happen. You see, so we're not spending time in the community. I keep saying that. We spend too much time behind VIPs. We need police in the community. Community policing works everywhere, and will work in Liberia, especially in the post-war era. Don't forget, in the post-war era, we're dealing with all kinds of emotional, mental, sociological, psychological issues. Then you're dealing with unemployment. Put that together, that's a toxic mix. People are just standing by waiting. They got nothing to do with that thing. But it's nice that they jumped in, and then they will overpower the police. So you want police to be doing community, train our police to do that. And IG Coleman needs to start to move in that direction. It is past time for that. Community policing will work in Liberia. Put them in our community. When stuff starts, when the community police speaks, people will listen and see you as a part of them.
That thank you very much. Wanto, what say you? It doesn't look good though. Before you say Wanto, let me put in Maulo Jala picture. Let me put it up. This the guy we're looking for a picture. Someone sending me the video. This is Jala. This is Jala. This is Maulo Jala. Is he the Chani man? No, I don't think he's the Chani man. That's the other guy by the holding shaking the Chani man hand. Maybe that, I don't know. Is he the Chani guy? That the Chani guy called Jala now? No. But this is Maulo Jala. And again, we hope to have the video of the incident happened. Okay. I just decided to show you guys the picture. Wanto, talk to us.
Sure. Stanton, it's terrible, but this is not surprising. I agree with the statement from the last speaker on police being inserted in the community. When people presume that the police is considered not just enemy, but catalyst of chaos, then they will respond in a manner as such. The reality here is that people have exceptional fear of our police. Forget the corruption, but the partisan posture is also extremely terrible. We discussed numerous times here about Gregory Coleman, adaptation from the rule of law and professionalism, especially with policing, to taking the nature of running a police state. And this is the problem. So people in that manner will respond in a protected and adaptive mechanism where they can be able to stand for themselves. And this is terrible for our country. And I do believe that we need to be able to build that cohesive and respected relationship between both the police and the Liberian people. But this cannot be done with such a very unprofessional posture being run by the head of the police and the rest of the other police. Again, today, as always, this situation validates the distance between the police and the people, and it demonstrates exceptionally the unprofessionalism from the head of the police, which is Gregory Coleman and the rest of the other school.
Thank you. For that part, I'm concerned that somebody will end up dying over there for that. This is not the first time. The last time police went there, the sheriff from the court, people had cutlasses in their hands. And this time, a huge crowd, by the way. That place may be considered a no-go zone. It's getting terrible, Vendetta. Let's hear you, my brother.
Yeah, so CEO, I mean, we have a society where our leaders deliberately extracted the teaching of civic education in our school system. It's a problem. And what we need to do is not to sentimentalize the conversation when it comes to law enforcement. I listen to my good friends, but we got to be very clear. We cannot generalize that all police officers are bad. They have some good ones. There are some respect to them. Some of them even with a little salary. They are very committed, professional. So I will not sit on this platform and generalize that Gregory Kumo is doing absolutely nothing. In fact, he's trying to bring dignity in the police. We gotta be very clear. The last time we checked, some of your police officers were wearing CDC t-shirts. That alone was frightening. Imagine if you see a law enforcement officer wearing a party t-shirt. What comes to your mind? It means everyone will have to be in consanguinity, fall in line with the political directives at that moment. Other police officers under the regime beam, Gregory Kumo has penalized many of them. In fact, to the extent, I think there was an incident on 12th Street. Police officer is saying, and you see why it's happening, videotaping so that he doesn't get in trouble. If you check within the police, people are saying, oh, the police, they are too weak. Gregory Kumo is making the police for citizens to take, advantage of them. We hear that every day, but you know what? What happened today, I think in my mind, the police blunder. They need to exercise terror management. That is a populated area. In the first place, they were gone on Sunday.
Thank you.
When no one is there, and get into that thing and lock it up and move. But today, that populated area, you went there. What you expect?
Vandela, thank you.
It was.
If I can, 10 seconds.
Yes,
10
sir.
seconds. So I just want to be very clear, and I agree with Vandela. I just want to be very clear. Gregory Kumo is a trained police officer, and I think Gregory has been trying to do a lot of good things. The point I'm simply making is there's one area that has not been worked on, and it's called community policing. Nobody should attack police. Police represent the state. But there's an area that needs to be worked on so it'll be effective, so it will minimize the incidents of people lashing out after police. And all I'm saying, an effective strategy that has been used all over the place in so many countries is called community policing. That's all I'm saying. Don't neglect that part, because in cases like these and others, the community policing works better than just a show of force. Remember, when you're in these kind of very difficult situations and overcrowded situation with people, to be honest, who many of them feel they got nothing to lose, is and dangerous.
And before I go to the rest of the guys, though, I want to do my own quickly. Gregory Kumo is doing extremely well. I can beat Gregory Kumo on all the issues, right? I can call him names. When Gregory Kumo mess up, we gotta scream at him. But the transformation that is taking place in the Liberia National Police, it's not an easy one. And if this should be added, and I think Gregory Kumo should speak to it, community policing, it should be a major addition now. But I think that that location is getting out of hand. We want to show they gotta have colors in the hand, saying Alawalaku, Alawalaku, Alawabu, whatever they can call it. And these guys then they were swinging the colors. And it's important to note, sending police officer and some of them unarmed, it's like you're saying they're in danger zone, in war zone. So it's not only the police officer, while I'm coming to you, the civilian as well, the bystander. Somebody will get hurt seriously. Today, 13 were arrested. They let few of them go and they're holding some of them. But to say that Gregory Kumo is not trying in this direction, I can beat him on anything. But I think, look, for example, police getting bicycle to go in the community. We should appreciate that. Maybe we didn't see that before. And, we should, appreciate the little thing he's doing to, build up and, elevate the morale of the police and bring about good policing within the community. So I do believe Gregory Kumo will take seize of this incident, and I think he's on the right track. Now, other issue I would beat on him, I would not hold back, but this one I give it to him. And I think it is the responsibility, Kanyo, to put that under control. And please, to the judges, to the court, don't send unarmed sheriff in a danger zone. Don't do that. 2, 3 of them take taxi to go there, and you tell somebody, say, we're going to break the place down, they will harm those people. I'm concerned about the people. These guys are sacrificing a lot I think we should make progress, and together we can make Liberia better. Can you?
Hello, can you hear me? CEO, can you hear me?
I think we'll come back to you because it looks like you're off.
Can you hear me?
No, we cannot hear you. We'll come back to you. You want to?
I'm hearing.
I can hear you, but I thought you were not hearing me because I'm speaking.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Let's go back to you. I look that we haven't delayed with you.
Yes,
Emmanuel, yes, Emmanuel, then we'll go back to Kanye. Maybe you'll make the adjustment. Emmanuel, go ahead.
I woke up this morning to that video, and I was wondering whether it was the last incident in Red Light or what was happening today. But I did not see the portion of the video you show was different from the portion I woke up this morning with. It was an actual event before they took the guys out. There were people in a building that appears to be sending a firebomb canister towards the police, and they were later joined by the community people. Again, as we said earlier on, it is always good to respect the police. If you have a problem, let us go to the code of law and allow the rule of law to take its course. What the negative I saw in the video that I saw this morning with the police, I was wondering in my mind, and I wasn't there, so they would have a better picture. Why didn't they close up the areas? Why didn't they create a safe zone of operation? Because when those guys were sending fire bombs at the police, the community people came out, and the community people were the first to go into the building before the police followed them. But after that, as the police were arresting those guys, the community people started beating on some of them, in the very presence of the police officer. And that's where my turner went out. I think it is important for the police to close out the area, create a secure zone of operation, so that citizens cannot be part of this of the operation, and so that they can have some form of control. But again, we should always respect the police, no matter the situation we find ourselves in. The rule of law must take its course, and if the police can follow crowd management or control management, I think it would have been an easy situation. But I'm not a police officer in Liberia. I did not see the beginning of it. I just saw that middle portion when they were about to go into the building.
You're mute, CEO. You're mute.
Kanye, can you try again if you're hearing us? If not, we can move on.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
You're good now, Kanye. I can hear you. Go ahead.
Awesome. And CEO, before I respond to this, I want to preface my comments very quickly. And I hope you can just give me like about 30 seconds to a minute to preface these comments. So with your agreement, this is what I want to say first before attacking the issue of mob violence and the police. I think on this platform, there's been a consistent and deliberate attempt to delegitimize my standing as a law professor and as a professional who practices the law. I was called to the Supreme Court Bar in 2018. One of the cardinal requirements of being called to the Supreme Court Bar is that you must have practiced law for 5 consecutive years. Those who petitioned on my behalf include Councillor Augustine Toole and Councillor James Verdier, 2 very respected lawyers in our jurisdiction. And I was passed on and I became a councillor. I was recruited by Councillor T. Dibali Warner to teach at the Louis Arthur Grimes School of Law. You may have any issues with Councillor Warner, but you will never fault Councillor Warner's brilliance, neither will you fault his competence. It was under his deanship of the law school that I became an assistant professor of law. My competence, my experience, my practice is never under any cloud.
Okay, so Kanye having some issue. Let's bring you in, Tamba.
Yeah, CEO, thank you so much. When I watched the video today, and again, I look at things because I'm in Liberia regularly. I look at things from the local context. And this is why I say context matters. The police went to execute an eviction order, and there was resistance. And in the process, it seems that the police got the majority of the crowd outside on their side. Now, is that the ideal situation for the public to get involved in a law enforcement operation? No. But we have a gettable population. They say, the saying goes, they say, an idle mind is a devil's workshop. When we have young people across Liberia and Red Light, the most popular market in Monrovia, and you have police executing an order broad daylight, it attracted all of these young people who are standing around doing nothing, trying to find where they're doing something. They're trying to find a cup of rice to take home to their families. They have issues and problems that they have to take care of. And that's what happened today. But I think the police tried their best today to ensure that the situation didn't go out of control. Look, you may hate on the police, you may have your own spider stories from the other side, but I believe this network, I have been on this network now, this is my 7th month. And I would say 90% of the time, when this network brings up a story, they have videos to back it up, they have memos to back it up, they have information to back it up. So when you bring your spider story, have something to back it up. What happened today, again, we talk about this story, was a fight that happened between two families, be they Muslims, be they Mandingo, but it has nothing to do with the state. And the second thing I'm going to talk about is the PTSD, the post-traumatic disorder syndrome that we have across the country. And we don't talk about it much. And I know the good doc talk about police, community policing, but when you have the majority of your young people who have suffered from PTSD, and none of them recognize that they have PTSD, and they have never received support or counseling, it's mind-boggling, and it's a challenge for us.
Thank you. Kanye, I'll give you the last 30 seconds, Kanye. You want to finish up? Thank you, Tamba. Kanye, you went off. Let's give you the last 30 seconds. Finish up.
I don't know where I went off or why I went off. I think probably it's the internet connection. All I was trying to say before responding to this issue is that being accredited to the Supreme Court bar presupposes that I have practiced for more than 5 years. My petitioners are among some of the best lawyers in the country, James Verdier and Councillor Toole. After that, I was recruited to teach at law school under Councillor T. Nibali Warner. These are amongst the best in our profession. We can have political conversations, and I can take a punch like anybody here. And like I tell people, look, I went to St. Patrick's. It's an all-boys school. There's nothing here we can take and we can give back equally. But this deliberate attempt to undermine our standing as lawyers is something that we are correcting now, because our record in that respect is impeccable. So CEO, you may have to find additional lawyer from Ghana, from Cape Verde, in addition to America, to come and counter some of the views that will offer this platform, because it will be extremely difficult. That said, let me come to the issue. Yeah, maybe you go say,
You're not saying No. Wait, guys, wait. Clinton Bear before you. You know that Clinton Bear before you, right?
But
I agree. Let me ask a question quick, Councillor. Say you know what yourself, Councillor. Are you a councillor at law or you're an attorney at law?
The question
I've been a councillor at law since 2018.
Thank you.
Almost a decade now.
I just needed to clear that. Let's get back on track. Thank you very much, Councillor Bala. Clinton, what say you about this incident in the red light?
Look, let me use the first 1 second.
The red light incident. So don't be correct by the CEO. The red light incident. Let me respond to that. Am I responding CEO or what is Gamada doing?
No, I went over the.
So let me go ahead.
I went over to Gamada because you used your time to explain your life history, and I went over to Gamada. So allow Gamada to speak, and then we can close up.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, you're afraid of Gamada, so allow Gamada to speak. Gamada, go ahead. The American lawyer. The American lawyer, go ahead.
No, first let's say lots of respect.
You have to come for Burkina Faso too.
Let me first say, Tonyo, on this platform, all the time, I'm asking every other time I was on the show. And you know, a lot of respect for you, Kanyo. I called Kanyo a number of times and pick his brain because he's practicing in Liberia a long time. Member of Supreme Court, you know, I've called him before to ask him questions about, you know, issues in Liberia. But look, on this issue, the red light issue, it is both a leadership problem, right? I know I've seen, you know, from different folks here, a lot of praise for you know, for Gregory Coleman, but this is a leadership problem. It is also it's tactical problem. You don't send law enforcement people into an area without doing any kind of background intelligence on, you know, the likelihood of violence against those officers, sending them in very unprepared. I mean, you put these officers at risk. This is a leadership problem. Look, it is not just a leadership problem at the level of LMP and a training problem. It is also a leadership problem at the national level. Because look, a former U.S. Supreme Court Justice Louis Brandeis once said, "The government is the potent, omnipresent teacher, right? For good or bad, but is example. It teaches the whole people." We know from the very onset of this regime, this government, this president has violated almost any law you can think about, whether it was the Capitol building situation, whether it was him sending police officers to take sides and become political scapegoat of the state to protect certain people who was loyal to his political party. He's done that. So people are learning from the government. If the government is breaking the law, it creates contempt for the law by the population. And this has happened not just with the government, but governments before it. So if the government itself is not following the law, you're going to cause people not to follow the law. And at the highest level, we've seen this in the last 2 years. This government has done it, whether it's removing people, 10 new people, whether it's the Supreme Court passing the ruler and the president said he would deal with whatever side he would deal with, whether it's them bypassing PPCC laws to order where they need to order. This has been a problem. Look, no one should attack police officers. No one should do that. And I think if there aren't any laws on the book now, we need very strong laws to protect law enforcement officers. Very strong laws. Because I practice here. I practice criminal lawyer, and I know when you get an A and B on the police, when I see a police report with A and B on a police officer, I know, I mean, you know, for a tough ride. You can't do those kind of things. But again, it is this whole thing with the government itself, the way the police officers carry themselves, and there has to be a change. And I agree with Dr. Brooklyn about community policing. It has to happen. And you know, there was this. I seen this recently. We've been sending some police officer in the community with bicycle. I think that's wonderful. I think that has to be expanded. I think you have to put the police in the community with the people. They have to interact with the people. They have to be part of the community for people to relate to them. Again, historically, there has not been a good relationship between the people. The people have viewed only as agents of the government to intimidate, harass the people.
Thank you very much, Councillor Clinton. Again, as always, we appreciate you. We appreciate Councillor Vada and that of Councillor Lafayette Gould. Your contribution on the show is very, very unique. And we can announce what we're talking about with Brother Lafayette Gould, that he sent his letter of resignation. We saw it yesterday or so, I believe. And the brother said he's, dear Mr. Chairman, I present my compliments and herewith resign as member of the All Liberian Party, ALP. Thank you for the confidence reports in me. to run as representative candidate on the ticket of the party during the 2023 general election. Our brother is back in Liberia. He should be coming on the show once Oswald Toy gave him the green light. But to that, we want to say, wish the brother well. He have resigned. He have resigned from the ALP. I don't know which party he's going on, but I'm hearing that he will be an independent / CDC. I don't know how true it is. Or maybe he will be one of the centrists member out there that support the CDC and cannot support any other party. A centrist supporting CDC. Akari Spirit, what you make about the resignation of Akari? And then we'll talk about the yellow machine. Centrist taking a position like the Sir Joseph. He was asked today, he says, sir, will you run 2029? He said, I will only run if President Bouaka is not running. If President Bouaka runs, I am not running. When political leaders and parties members come with those issues that they must only run when President Bouaka is off the picture, or defend President Bouaka with the party holistically, what say you?
I think for him it's a different case. Like you rightfully said, he transitioned, and I think with that transitioning point, maybe trying to in his own profession and getting somebody a professional job to do does not permit him to get involved in active politics. So that is a different case from centuries, although who deflected, because century meet you in the middle. But I've never seen candidate in the middle and they should be always taking a side. And I wanted to quickly correct from that. No police officer wore CDC party material. It was EPS officer who were reprimanded. I just want to get that right, okay, because you are very educated man. I don't want it to slant you. But centuries, I don't know what people call centuries and like I don't want to do it into that. Sai is going to respect his decision. Farah is going to respect my decision. Okay, but one thing that is important I will diverge to you tonight. The CDC has a constitution. Those who do not follow the decision of the CDC, especially when it comes to major decision, and you break away like this guy was suspended from the ANC, the CDC constitution says you are no more a member of the party. You have forfeited your right to affiliate with the party. So technically, yeah, some people are just all of CDC, but they don't know the laws of the party.
So is Kanyo all of CDC once he declaring that he's a sedition / centrist? Is he all of CDC?
Omewu could not even say that 2029 will support the CDC candidacy in an election. He was supporter of Joseph Boakai. CDC does not support Joseph Boakai. It's not what the party is wonderful. So maybe kind of membership is questionable. Yeah.
Thank you. So Dr. Boble, I want to bring you in. Let's talk about our main topic for today. We want to say share the show. We got 4 minutes to 11 o'clock. Yes, indeed, 4 minutes to 11, 4 minutes to 6. We want to say to all of you, we got about 1 more hour to go. Give it your best shot. Let's make this interesting. The Yellow Machine. The Yellow Machine team will be leaving Liberia, going to China November around the 25th or so. Talk about the Yellow Machine, putting it in the container, assembling them for shipment to Liberia. Of course, they're going to take a month or so on the water and maybe arrive January. The government want the Yellow Machine to come to the country before Musa Belete 26 Yellow Machine, and before he arrived. That's a bull play. The amount have changed. We received documents and it's circulating. Maybe it will be in our chat room from $21,646.35 to $30.7 million. That's a bull play. 9 point something million different. That's a bull play. If somebody can do the perfect key math, please help me. We were at 21,646,000. Today is 30.7 million. That's a book play. What will change? Why? I mean, what's going on? We were celebrating Mr. Vice President, and at the end of the day, understand that somebody is dropping the ball. Talk to me. I will have to share this thing. I'll put it in the chat room, but talk to me on the first overview of this information. The amount have changed. It's no more 21.6 million. It's 30.7 million. 9 million, or somebody can tell me if I'm correct. Different in the amount.
So when this started, we all remember that it was an astronomical amount. And we all were screaming. And then came the news that we went from 200 some million to 21 about $1 million. Much better for us giving our scarce resources. And now we're hearing it's going up by another 9 million. I don't know the difference and why, but I think it would do well for the government to explain to us what's going on. There may be something that have caused the $9 million increase. $9 million for us, that's a lot of money. It can do a lot of things here. So somebody will explain to us, hopefully soon, why the difference. I will say this though. I think as we progress through this, we should be learning lessons from this whole negotiation and how we deal with these things in the future. Everybody would agree that we need yellow machine. Every county in this country needs it. So we learn from this so that tomorrow we can do these kind of negotiations better, make these purchases in a more responsible way. We're not running ahead of ourselves. We're not making big announcements, and then we're stepping back, evaluating. I think if nothing else, CEO, we need to learn from this and negotiate these things better next time. But I'm sure the government will explain the difference. You know, the vice president is supposed to be in charge of this arrangement now, so they'll explain to us.
Well, so Dr. Bobla, let me try my best, and I want to give you another 30 seconds because this is our main topic, right? The fact that it is confirmed, I think, can you text me on that new number you have? I'm trying to find it. I didn't save it. I want to send you the information. The fact that the money have moved from 21.6 million to $30.7 million is a big gap. So we asked the question, is it the APR, the interest? The answer is no. I can read to you. Yeah. The interest on the 21.6 million is 10.5% interest for 5 years. Even if we agree that the interest for 5 years is 10.5%, it should never be 30.7 million.
Yeah, 9 million would definitely not be interest. And even if it were interest, it would never accrue immediately right now.
Exactly. So they're saying, this is so confusing. And I think somebody trying to rob the Liberian people. Yeah. I'm reading from the document, Dr. Boplay. 30.7 million. I'm looking all over whether this, and I ask question, right? Great. I want to come to you next. I ask question. My question was, is this interest? The finance people saying, first of all, they send me to finance ministry and Roden Guinness. They are not speaking to this. They send us to the committee. Because you know who's supposed to sound this thing? A Gafwan again. That Gafwan. Roden Guinness. They send us to the committee that was set up. The committee said they got no clue as to why this thing left 21.6 million to 30.7 million. Who is in charge? Who about to fund another easy $9 million? Great. It's scary, but looking at what we're looking at, we thought it was spare part. Cost of 20 pickups and OEM assorted spare parts. Okay, no, that's not it. They even add the yama yama. It's not adding up. So how did we get to $30.7 million on paper?
No, there's a cartel of criminals, and we will not mention our words on that. A cartel of criminals. You're going to $30.7 million on a Liberian business entity that has a link with Caterpillar said, take us at 23 or 24, between 23 to 25. We'll 100% pre-finance the cost. They have that credibility of 100% pre-financing the cost of nothing more than 25 million United States dollars maximum. You take the contract, you give it to a Chinese man for $21.6 million. The next morning, you come back again, it's $30.7 million, and the government is going to take the loan. How do I know? The president was clear today. The president appreciated EcoBank, according to him, for giving the money for the buses and that of the yellow machine. He said that publicly. But listen to this. Isn't this in government on record for saying that the money will come through the rural funds? But what provoked my attention today was when the president spoke. Doesn't the president is aware that he's in violation of Article 34D3 of the Liberian Constitution? Serious violation. And let me read what it says. It says no loans shall be raised by the government on behalf of the Republic or guarantees given for any public institution or authority otherwise than by or under the authority of a legislative enactment. I think the president said they are taking a loan, thanking Echo Bank. Was there a legislative enactment? The argument by this government was that the money was placed in the budget under the 2025 budget that will elapse by next month. So how can the money placed on a road fund? How can the money placed in the budget of 2025? And the president talking about taking a loan for a Chinese company.
So, Greta, let's give everybody the chance. We'll come back. Let's hold you there.
Just in less than 30 seconds. Even if you add 10.5, it doesn't take you to 30 million. So why would you want to take? Why would the government want to take a loan on behalf of a foreign company and a Liberian company that will pre-finance it 100% and below?
So we will get that. Greta will get that. Let's hold you right there. Emmanuel, $5.4 million have been paid to this Chinese company. 5.4 million have been paid to the Chinese company. What's going on? The Chinese company now, the government of Liberia is pre-financing. And then what else the Chinese company going to do to pick up and say, we give you and you pay out the rest of the money? It is not clear, Emmanuel, if you read the document that you have in your text message, and thank you for sharing it with me, it is not clear as to why we are where we are. From 21.6 million to 30.7, 5.4 million left the country already, is in China. Roland Guinness and his team will be going to China, right? It's all, and these guys, they are in court. Nimbadi Nwano is representing those folks that didn't win the bid. Your counselor, maybe you want to call him. They are all in court. And to their own amazement, they are shocked that while we are in court discussing the bidding that we should have won, you already paid $5.4 million and you're going to China to bring the yellow machine. Emmanuel, what's going on?
Well, Stanton, this story has been on for months. The Minister of State, Miguel Porfodio, lied to the President of Liberia, made the President of the Republic of Liberia, government officials, foreign dignitaries, and guests to stand up to give a standing ovation. Only to find out by the next week, the Minister of Information was giving one story, and the story have been since that time. Now, from 79 million coming down to the 21 million we're celebrating a few weeks ago, maybe somebody did not see any spot in there to chop, so they turned it over. In fact, I even see in the government is now backing the loan facility in the documents that we have. The credit facility is being backed by the government. So there was a Liberian company that bid close to this amount, and that company was denied.
Way below that.
And, you know, the Liberian company was denied, and now we have seen that this loan bill have been inflated above the Liberian company. So I think the Liberian company has the right to go to that case in court, because first of all, we denied a Liberian company because we felt that one of the bidders was giving us good work for our money, but now we are discovering that a Liberian company bid was way below, and they have a credit facility that was not backed by the government of the Republic of Liberia. So we have looped ourselves as a government in this entire deal, And if it fails, we'll be held responsible because we are backing the credit facility that this deal is on. Look, it's disheartening at times when we see this. I felt that the president would have taken a stronger action. I know my brother Kanyo was we're talking about former Senator Zako, was talking about his suspension. But this situation where the president was lying in public glare, there have been no suspension, there have been no change up to this time, and we still have this conversation going on. We were celebrating $22 million a couple of weeks ago, and now they have thrown the dust in our face. And that's why when you have a situation where people have governed the country for so long and they had track records and were speaking towards that track record, and many people did not believe it. This is what happens at the end of the day. Everybody want to line a pocket because they feel that this is the opportunity given to them. That's why, like,
so before we bring in my brother Vendetta Patrick and the rest of the guys, I really want to say this though, guys. You got to hear this. It's troubling when you see the document. From 21.6 million, 646,000, we are talking about 30.7 million and change. And nobody can answer. Vendetta, I personally reached out to all of this group, Vendetta. They cannot accurately answer as to how the money left from 21.6 million to 30.7 million. Let us bring you in, VP. Let's hear you.
So at this time, I will this continue. I'm doing an analysis of the information you just shared, and I will make.
Thank you, VP. Thank you. Respect that. Let me bring in Brother Kanyo, and then we'll come back to Tamba and Wanto. Kanyo, can you hear us? Let's hear you on this topic, sir.
Well, I mean, there's a new bit of information you just introduced, CEO, regarding the price increment. So I think it's something worthy of additional investigation. My position is that the president, came out, and I've always argued that government is never going to be perfect. What is important is the ability to self-correct if you perceive that there are issues that are wrong or that may be injurious to the government's position and the government resources. Right from the get-go, the fact that the president came and constituted this team headed by the vice president to look at the process, for me, is already a positive sign. Now, is this process concluded? Has the bid been awarded? What is the value of the bid? These are, positions that I do not have at my disposal. So what I can really hope for is that judgment is being exercised. And I will also do my part so that the next time I speak about the matter, I can be speaking from a more informed perspective. But again, as I've always said, I think the fact that the president pumped the brakes, decided to constitute a whole team to look at the matter and to fix it, for me, is a mark of leadership. And very quickly to go, people keep saying centrism means you're in the middle. That's absolutely untrue. It doesn't mean that on every issue you stay middle ground. It means that you can take position. That comment was made.
In your closing, you
I'm on the topic.
Yeah, we shouldn't shift.
I'm not saying
Kyle, let me go to Tamba. I beg you.
But CEO, when that comment was made, they didn't stop that comment.
Yeah, it's not away now. We'll give you a chance to respond. I want us to absorb the yellow machine topic. I beg you.
Okay, yellow machine coming down. Since I can't talk about that one.
Yeah, go ahead, Chief. Go ahead.
All right. So still on the yellow machine comment. I am being a centrist by saying that in this particular instance, I think the government, especially the president, exercised judgment by pumping the brakes, by saying, let us constitute a team in order to ensure that government resources will be protected. Let's do it the right way. And I think that process is unfolding. When that process concludes and we have information that is publicly available to us as to what has happened, then for me, I will render judgment on the matter. But I don't think, and again, I don't know whether that has been concluded. So I'll rest on the matter.
Kayo, I don't know when you join the chat room, but I'm going to repost this document in the chat room for you to see all of the letter debating. And yes, indeed, you asked some good questions. They have awarded the bid to the Chinese company, Kayo, for the amount of $21.6 million. So the document, again, I will put it in the chat room. The Liberian company, you know, I mean, took exception.
No, I knew that part, but you said, I don't know whether it's you that it increased to 30 million.
So, Kayo, and I'm bringing you up to speed because you said you don't know whether they have awarded the bid. They are awarded the bid, Kayo. The Liberian company, right? Under the individual, I think they call him Ali or ABK. His company went to court and said, I am a Liberian and I own a Liberian company. Give him the first right. Then Brian Warner is his lawyer, the law firm representing him. I'm trying to bring you up to speed. When they went to court to stop the proceeding, the Liberian government awarded this bid to the Chinese company, and as of today, they have paid $5.4 billion to the Chinese company. While the case is in court, they will be meeting for the 6th time on Tuesday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For the 6th time on Tuesday to discuss this issue. Joseph Boakai set up a committee. If you listen to one of the directors from PPCC, he said he wasn't part of it to make a decision. He went on Mika. He said that. We all listened to him. So to bring you up to speed, it is in court, but the government have already made a payment of $5.4 million. And in that discovery, they came to realize instead of 21.6 billion, Kayo, the government will be paying $30.7 million. And that's exactly why open Pandora bags. That's exactly why open Pandora bags. How can you tell the Liberian people say 21.6 and the people paying $30.7 million? And we reached out to all parties involved. Nobody can tell us how the government should $37 million. So let me bring you in time. We are in some dangerous zone here, and we have to explain this. I will put it there again, Councilor, for you to see all the document, and it will inform your conversation on the show. Tama, let's hear you. Now we are 9 million different in this negotiation.
Thank you, CEO. And I'm so glad you brought us up. CEO, if I may just ask before I take my 2 minutes, do you currently have the cost, the breakdown of the cost of this machine in the new document, in the current document you have?
So the document, the letter that was written to award this contract to these people, we put it in the chat, I'll put it there again.
And there's a breakdown.
And Jeremiah Kuhn, who is heading this committee, he was so 100%, they cannot go above $21.6 million.
Which I've gone through.
Exactly. If they were to go above $21.6 million, they would bring in the Liberian company. But the government can only settle for $21.6 million.
Right.
And that's why they're awarding this company to the Chinese guy.
Okay.
So if that is the case, Tamba, why are we at 30.7 million?
Yeah, and I ask these questions because look, CEO, we have been on this story from the get-go. When Mamaka Ability came parading down Morovia on yellow machines, and she said $85 million. And I still think that Mamaka Ability in State House or in the Executive Mansion is a liability to the GMB government. But let me just make my point. First of all, I think the president showed leadership when he said, oh, wait, I want to understand how do we come to $85 million? And he appointed Jeremiah Kuhn to look into this, and these cost of this yellow machine came down to $21.6 million. That was leadership. However, I mean, I would have wished that ABK had won this contract, right? It's Liberian-owned company, and I support Liberian-owned businesses. But at the last meeting, when it cost shift from $21.6 million to $30.7 million, that's close to 29%, if not 30% increase in the total cost of this machine. It raises questions for Liberians. And this is not Because look, you can be opposition. I may disagree with your language. I'm not going to say, certain language that people use, but I would say the presidency is an institution. Who is running circles around the presidency and trying to inflate the cost at the very last minute when a bid has been won at $21 million? And I think this begs the question, Stanton, CEO. This begs the question. And I think this is where Jeremiah Kuhn and the rest of the commission or the committee that have been set up by the president needs to come forward. I always say, when you are in government and you have been given a tax, Stanton, your role is to keep the public informed. Not for the public to come looking for information. They create speculation. It creates doubts. It creates mistrust. And that's what we have in Liberia. We shouldn't have that. So it begs the question, when is Jeremiah Kuhn, Vice President Jeremiah Kuhn, going to come out to speak to the Liberian people to let us know really what changed? What changed in this cost from 21 million to 1.6 million to 30.7 million? What's changed? Is it the shipping? Is it the taxes? Is it the interest on loans? We need to know. We really want to understand.
So, Tamba, thank you, right? Let's give others a chance. We all ask a good question, right? What changed? Is it interest on loan, $9 million, almost half of the amount to pay for the machine? Is it shipping costs, $9 million to ship? Can the government tell us what actually happened here? And that's our point. So if you listen to the PPCC guy, his name is Burgess, I think that's him. Just understand that this guy is straight up to tell you, say, listen, I wasn't involved with this thing. This thing was hijacked. That's my interpretation. But I want you to listen to him. What to? The man cried. He said it was hijacked. It was like a fast moving, but from 84 to 21, people were celebrating.
Yeah.
And somebody just sent me the message and said, but CEO, you see nothing here. It's about to go more than $30.7 million.
Yeah.
What is hitting? Want to?
Yeah, a lot is hitting. So yeah, I want to be able to pinpoint my idea specifically on the 9.1 million, what it can do for Liberia in different sectors. So that 9.1 million, we're talking about 9.1 million. If we subsidize our schools at a rate of $50 per year, 182,000 students will receive full academic year paid. If we just want to build new schools with $9.1 million at a rate of 350,000 to 500,000, we'll be able to build 20 to 26 schools across Liberia. If we just want to repair damaged school at a rate of maybe 60,000 or 100,000, we'll repair around 90 to 150 renovated schools. Even UL, University of Liberia campus today that don't have chairs and the building all dilapidated, we'll be able to revamp it to one of the most sophisticated, places with safe space and stuff. Even transition in the library. Even the youth skill development where the president today sort of a post on Spoon that the president said back riders should try to get sustainable skills. If we want to invest in youth skills program, we just take around 30,000 to 60,000 to train youth in.
Yeah, I know you do all that breakdown. Let's get back to the yellow machine thing. I'm telling you this because it will not get it. Let's talk about the issue. Why does he leaving from 21.6 billion to 30.7 billion?
That's the point, though. That's the point. So that the most important thing here is unfair, procedures. Beyond that, Stanton, the history of this entire process is what you can be able to look at. From Yellow Mission concluded with Mamaka Belete, we spoke several times about Mamaka Belete. To the part that the government have concluded the deal. It's been done for gentleman agreement all the way toward the moment where it left from 70 million towards 20 million plus. What we are saying here today is the government is stealing. We have to be able to. There are a lot of people under this that need to be investigated. The Minister of Finance must be investigated, and that's the reality. Let's be honest with the key players in this. Who changed the funding? Who is regulating the funding? How is it being changed overnight? President Braga has a big legacy here to fill. Unsustainable financial fiscal, money moving from one point to another is dangerous for any country. Whether you like it or not, I believe that most of when you pose the question, the strongest supporter from the government said they have to go back and check the document because they are afraid of their integrity, because this is extremely terrible.
But thank you, Wanto. I want to bring in Governor Clinton. Yeah, we'll bring in last Vandera Patrick. Hold on 1 minute. I want to bring in Governor Clinton. Vandera, you say you are searching, so let me give Clinton a few minutes and we'll come to you, please. Governor, let's hear you on this, right? And people are texting me. This is terrible. And I hope everybody can reach out to the lawmakers with their friends in government, your political leader, and ask them why these people are in court, ladies and gentlemen. Emmanuel George eating on the show, drinking cold water. Why the people are in court? Can you imagine? We already sent $5.4 million to them. Who is doing the pre-financing? So we took a Liberian own company, Clinton. We take the Liberian people money and we give it to a Chinese man. That's it. Great. We took the Liberian own company. We are taking the Liberian people money and we went to China and give it to them and say, come and do business with us. That's like a revolving door. The government must answer. Who are part of this thing? Clinton, wait 1 minute. Let me play the frustration.
The name of Echo Bank, because Liberian money they just took and sent, not Echo Bank money. That $5 million is not Echo Bank money.
Yeah, but if even if someone Echo Bank, I mean, sometimes you get
You need to know how much
where are our lawmakers? Where are our lawmakers?
I think that's a valid point, Stanton. You see, the lawmakers are rubber stamp. The lawmakers are rubber stamp.
Yeah, but they allow Clinton to speak after I play this video. Brother Clinton, 1 minute. I want to play what Burgess said from PPCC. And this video is interesting, by the way, right? He's saying we're just a rubber stamp. We're on a committee. We are not. They are PPCC. There was no objection. They said, my man, we're giving it to the Chinese people. Let the Chinese people bring it. We're getting the money. But we were celebrating 21.6. $9.1 million and change flying outside of the window. They don't want us to talk. Oh, now we're going to research. Let's play this guy. Let's play him real quick.
We were invited, like Excellency the President, BBCs were invited. The President set up a special committee to look at the whole Yellow Machine situation and process, headed by the Vice President. And in our law, in the PCC Act, that was more like for national procurement. If you go in our act, PCC participation on the Yellow Machine trip was more or less a due diligence trip, and it's backed by the following section of our law. Section 5, that C, G to 2. To maintain integrity and transparency, we serve as an invited observer. Wasn't there to make decisions on who way the bill anything go. That role will play with what the channel along the Vice President. We were there to advise that particular committee the President said.
And all you gotta hear, the boss man for PPCC only go there to see, to observe, and be quiet. Shut the hell up. Don't say nothing. Tell your DSA, sit in your beautiful hotel. Whoever you went with at your business, go and see. Don't say nothing. That's what frustrating Burgess. Clinton, we are in trouble.
Look, I don't know. At this point with the broadcast government, nothing comes as a surprise. This Yellow Machine thing was shady from the very onset. Why is this a surprise? From the very beginning of this thing, it was messy. They brought this thing into the initial ones into the country without any kind of PPCC, following any kind of PPCC procedure. They had municipality on top of the machine and you know, doing all those kind of publicity stunts. Then came the backlash, and then the government went back to regroup, and then the president constituted this special committee or whatever they call it. Now you have the chief of PPCC saying, look, we were just out there. They paid taxpayer money, fly them over there to go and observe, to have no say. So I don't know if this is a government purchase, but if it's a government purchase, then PPCC should have a role. To hear the PPCC board say, look, we were just over there to observe, to make no decision. This is concerning. But again, I see someone talk about, heard someone talk about the legislature. But again, look, this is Walker's legislature. These were the group of people that he would do business with. These were the people that there's nothing. There's going to be no serious inquiry here. There's going to be no constitution of any kind of special Senate or legislative committee to carry these people. It's one of those things. You know, this is just bad governance that this Walker's administration is on, and it's just bad. And this is not coming from any opposition. This is not coming from any spawn panelists. This is coming from the head of PPCC. So, you know, what more can we say, Stanton? This is troubling. You know, we can hope that the legislature would do some inquiry, but I have absolutely no faith.
So let you, my brother Vendetta Patrick, let's hear you, sir.
So, I think at a critical juncture, from the initial stage, and then let me restate that it is imperative that the yellow machine come in the country. And I'm happy when the money was so high, we bid on them from almost $85 million to $27 or $21 million. That was a huge reduction. And while everybody was expecting that would be the range, another figure has surfaced. But I was interested when you mentioned that the matter is in court. I'm just hearing that. Who took who to court? Is it ABK, or under what circumstances the matter went to court? I'm sure it is, you know, somebody felt cheated. What I wanted to say is that the government can go and even pay $10 million. Once the court rules to say the person was illegal, we'll go back to status quo ante. We saw in the case of minority, the capital building Saka. We know what happened. We went back. In this case, I think CEO, I don't know this country, I don't know what's happening. I'm not a financial expert. I would really, if we can find the time to invite those concerned, because this is of national interest. Those individuals that are at the center of controversy regarding this entire yellow machine, can we get them on this platform? I really want to listen to them. What went wrong? I have followed some issues. Somebody felt cheated, and the person went to court. The Chinese man is saying he wants the money to build yellow machines. We get me up to understand $5 million, you know, has been given under what circumstances when the matter is in court. Is it legal while the matter is in court for the government to carry on transaction? I think the lawyers can help, but whether that is justifiable under the law. You and I are in confusion, I feel cheated, and looking at the government to come up with a verdict, and government say this is the person that we have selected. Why the matter is still in court, and the government is paying money. Is still legal under our law? What happened if the court say, you know, whatever the government did was illegal? Is the Chinese man going to give our money back? So my best option in conclusion, the government must sit with ABK and the Chinese investor to say, look, you know what? Both of you should procure the yellow machines. In fact, it will speed up the process. A Liberian man will win, the Chinese man will win. I know there are some external interests. That is the only alternative dispute resolution that I see in this case. Set them together, bring them on the same table, and allow both of them to procure the yellow machines. Thank you. Somebody can bring 100, the other person can bring the other. But let everybody move forward. That's my suggestion.
VP, thank you. You are the peace ambassador for the Spoon Talk. And seriously, we're going to nominate you. They passed that level, VP. You're very smart. It was suggested that should be the way to go, but it passed that level. They are in court because Let me put this letter up. It's in the chat room. Luso notification, VP. It's in the chat room. Luso notification. The 30 ABK say as of June 30, 2025, this is to notify you that your bid submitted June 30, 2025 for the supply and delivery of 285 F-moving equipment and 20 pieces of utility pickup trucks on an IFB number blank, 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 all right, with a bid price of $25,237,120 United States dollars. They should have said did not, but they said did meet. So they're saying they meet all of the qualification, requirement, and specification required by the Ministry of Public Works. So the question, if you just read that, the message you say I met all requirement, Emmanuel, you telling me. But then why are you taking this deal to the Chinese man? I am a Liberian. I have first right. It's there in the law. You can argue it. So they went to court. In the process, the committee that was set up, not only Jeremiah Kuhn, a whole committee was set up, Public Works, PPCC, all of them. They are there answering. They have 5. They get the last scheduled hearing for Tuesday, this Tuesday. We sent our reporter. They have said they were going to allow reporter. They denied the reporter. They said no, reporter, stay out. And then the discovery came that instead of 21.6 million, it's 30.7 million.
See,
who took it to 30.7 million? Everybody's scratching their head. Look at this document. How much was in the bid for the 3 company? I put it in the chat room. The 3 company, Sony, $22 million. Shantui, the one that won the bid, Shantui said 27 million, and Caterpillar 24 million. We have a letter from President Bouaka, and I put it in the chat room. Emmanuel, the letter said President Bouaka has shown interest that please give this to Caterpillar, the Liberian company. The committee members were all put together by President Bouaka. President Bouaka said this company said it would pre-finance 100%. Give it to this company. I love Caterpillar. I love the American company. The committee, people within the committee said, no, we're not doing it. We'll get a Chinese man. The letter is here. I'm not reading anything different. Your reader is in the chat room. President Bouaka's signature is on the letter. That's a booklet. The president said in his letter, let me face my phone to read it, the best way I can see and I can read. Mr. Vice President, reference is made to your report concerning acquisition of the heavy-duty equipment. I reviewed and noted the following proposal. 1, I know that Caterpillar Universal renown and reputation for durability makes insignificant a price differential with the lowest bidder. Additionally, Caterpillar offer for the training by Caterpillar personnel of 1,000 Liberians to operate and maintain the equipment makes it interesting. I accordingly interpose no objection to the selection of Caterpillar and direct that you proceed to conclude the acquisition with that equipment with no further delay. So understand, this is President Bouaka speaking that the booklet. Give it to Caterpillar. Do the charge a little more. Kyle, this is President Bouaka speaking. Give it to Caterpillar. The committee said no, we will give it to China. We'll give it to China. We'll continue this story tomorrow. We got about 22 minutes left. And we make this story for you to go to bed tonight and dream dreams. Something is happening to our country. something is seriously happening to our country. Let's do a 30-second quick close-up on this. I know we'll continue tomorrow. A lot of you guys going to investigate. A lot of you guys going to check with your sources. And y'all will come up better tomorrow with this new development. But the price tag out there is $30.7 million, 9.1 million change increase in the price of the yellow machine. That will play your 30-second.
So two things I would say, CEO, in closing on this matter. One, we need to know all of the developing circumstances around it. And two, we need the machine. So communicate with the public what is going on, and then let us know when the machines are going to be on the ground. Transparency in public service is critical. It builds confidence and trust from the people.
I don't understand you. So they should pay $30.7 million public?
I didn't say that.
That's what I said. I didn't understand you. Can you please be much clearer, sir?
Yes, I said that the government needs to let us, the people, know what has developed in this matter from the 21 now to the 30. I said earlier, if you remember, $9 million for us with our scarce resources is a lot. That's one. We need to communicate. And the second thing I said is we still need a machine and we need to move to get them on ground. And I said transparency in communicating with the public and when you're in public service is critical. Be transparent and also, in many cases, be prompt. You know, people raise issues.
Sorry that I have to interrupt you. The office of the vice president, they are saying they have no knowledge of the increase.
Okay.
The office of the vice president say they have no knowledge of the increase and they will investigate. The vice president is outside of the country. I believe he's out of the country. They will investigate upon his return. They have no knowledge as to why the amount went to 30.7 million. This is even shocking.
So it sounds like we will know soon.
Yes, go ahead, Dr. Boblek.
Now I say it sounds like we will know soon what's really going on, how we go from 21 to 30. And I think the public deserve that explanation. And now the city will investigate, do it quickly, and then resolve the matter. And let's bring the machines on ground so we can start work. Because there's plenty of work to be done here with the yellow machine.
You're going to get 26 from Musa abilities soon. So that's good addition.
The more the merrier. The more the merrier. We need them all.
But the information coming through now that Jeremiah Kuhn office knows nothing about the increase in this amount. And they are saying they will investigate by next week upon his return to La Bureau. What say you?
I'm not surprised. Even the $10 million home info, the president office knew nothing about that, and EPS officers are assigned there with police. So I'm not surprised at all. The entire yellow machine saga, the big palace story surrounding the yellow machine saga, just too much. It's embarrassing. I don't know why people defending this thing. It's a shame to the government that the government cannot generate $21 million United States dollars with a budget of $1.2 billion to buy a yellow machine. Got to go pay loan and pay extra $9,100,000. What kind of embarrassment and stealing is this? The people stealing. Now, what brought the robbery? For me, I'm not going to make research because I know the story already. It's $30.something million out there or that. It's a fight. It's not a debate. Because it fed a complaint. An established fight. Prima facie. So, this thing that brought the robbery. You take it from $80-something million, you bring it to $20-something million, and it's just too much story around it. The president himself is on record for stating that it's a gift by a friend. The president of the Republic of Liberia, then he comes back and says, let's see what Double Jada will not pay for it. Mamaka brought some yellow machine, took government vehicles or whatsoever, paraded with government syringe. Took them to the BTC, to the barracks, to the former BTC. And the whole country just saying that people say nobody should talk about it. When you talk about it, you are not patriotic. You are unpatriotic. You anti-government. But a group of bloody robbers, armed robbers, commercial robbers, Who hijacked the state broad day? When we're talking about it, somebody said you're not getting moral strength to talk about it. You know, you were in government before, and CDC were in power. CDC never stole yellow machine. Never talk about yellow machine bringing here. The yellow machine has become useless to the country. Where is the money for the road force? We just told Musa Belete stop. You said we'll post some of the money to maintain the yellow machine from LPRC to LPRC. Just look, I'm sorry, but there's the greatest embarrassment to this government. Then president said we're taking loan. You're taking loan, you already spent $5 million plus. How much loan you taking? What the cost of the loan? Like you said, the lawmaker should summon EcoBank to know, because if the president lie, and because lying, the embarrassment is that how the president will not know it's a violation of Article 34D of the Liberian Constitution, that every loan or guarantee must be enacted by the legislature. It was never enacted. Then you tell the EcoBank, thank you for giving all the money. On the buses, not just the yellow machine, but the buses. And the document showed that ABK financing the buses. He took the loan from EcoBank or whatsoever bank. He financing it. It's not the government Republic of Liberia. So when the president coming from, you're talking Tabata, oh, I want to slide him off. You toss so, just like iguana. That thing you can catch right in Cape Man in the Ofi. Or around Ralphie Highway, they living all in the Ofi, the quiet iguana, and got double tongue. Now the president speaking, as well, Liberian people declaring national government boom. That the new government boom in the Republic of Liberia. Okay? Embarrassing the entire country, and people talk about experience when you talk responsible government. Very irresponsible group of people running this country. A cartel of dangerous criminals running this country. I don't care how people feel what you think about it. That's the reality. Now you have to come pamper and clap for people.
Thank you, David. Thank you.
Whatsoever. Those are criminals, and those criminals must be taken on head on in this country. That's why we need. That's why the poor.
Well, thank you very much. I'm going to bring in Kanyo, and let me bring in Kanyo. We'll come to you, Emmanuel George. Kanyo, let's hear your closing on this one, please.
Thank you, Stanton. I think we can all agree that a level of fiscal rectitude and transparency, insofar as the public isn't quite aware where this deal sits, is important. And like I said, I'm going to also try to find the information. What we do know now, at least based on the last conversation we had, Stanton, was that the president had constituted a team to revisit the process headed by the vice president. The vice president got involved in a supervisory role, allowing the procurement process to unfold. We did not award the contract to the company that claimed it was Caterpillar, because in reality, it wasn't Caterpillar. It was a company associated with Caterpillar that was producing machines that weren't exactly Caterpillar. Therefore, to pay that amount would have been a disservice to the government. And so the government eventually ended on with Evergreen at a price tag of 21 million plus. Now, there is a claim that that 21 million has gone to 30 million. I mean, let's assume that this is, an allegation. How do we establish that it has gone from 21 million to 30 million? There has to be clear documentation in that regard. And I think if it went to 31 million, it will raise a lot of issues, because then the whole cost-saving measures that were discussed before will be out the window. But before we get to that point, we need to see where is the new award document that now moves 21 million to 30 million. I have not seen that document. Maybe you've got a CEO. And if you do have that document that shows the change from 21 million after the last process, then you should share it so we know. But if we don't have that documentation, just going on the basis of somebody's hearsay that the money, the final determination to the 1 million has now gone to 30 million and so forth, for me, I wouldn't base my comments on that. So what I can say is that I'm going to advise the Ministry of Public Works and those that are involved intimately now with taking this deal forward. What is in the public domain is that we saved the government close to 60 million. We ended on 21 million. If people believe that that money has increased, the Ministry of Public Works needs to step up and provide adequate information to the public to disprove or to confirm whether or not the price tag has increased. I think that's what's required to happen. But on the overall, what I can say is that the president exercised judgment right from the beginning that has brought us to a place where now the official documentation we have states that there's a reduction in price. It is 21 million. Any other thing, we need to find the documentation. But I think public work needs to be proactive. And I'm happy that we're discussing this again. Let's find the documentation and let's see whether there was a change or not. I'll rest on this.
Can you, and the documentation, I hope, Emmanuel, you can share what you share with me in the chat room. The documentation is out. This is just not something. The numbers, you will see the numbers, is crazy. But I like what you just said. Guinness got to speak. He getting ready to go back to China on the week of the 25th. He got to tell the Liberian people whether this thing went up to $30.7 million. Yes, the backside to this. I beg you, but then I will come to you. Just 1 second, please. Yes, the backside to this, right? Because you are saying what you are saying, lawmakers are concerned now. Political leaders are concerned that the government is not being sincere. So it's not only Guinness have to speak. You're in this business. How many people should sign on those concessions and those agreements? The first top two in government will be the Justice Minister and the Finance Minister. Am I correct? Am I correct, Kayo? We're not hearing you, my man. You went off. So,
sorry, I'm trying to. Yeah, you're correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So, so whoever make any changes, because any changes whatsoever, that person should be called a bull. So I like exactly what the office of the vice president say. We will investigate upon our return because this is shocking. We gave them 1 week. But then, Patrick, we gave them 1 week.
So I think we are closing, right? We're closing comment, right?
And then you went bad again, though.
Oh man, I'm okay. I'm okay too.
You okay? We the one hearing you. You can be okay because you let bad sounds. But we hearing you. We'll manage it. We will mute ourselves and close our ear. Talk. You got something on? You got a cell phone? You got TV? Something is interfering with your sound.
You hear me?
I'll go come back. Get out and come back. Something is interfering with your sound. I'm okay. Let Vendetta go come back. It's terrible. He was doing better first, and I don't know what happened. Let's hear you, sir. Vendetta, go come back. If you can hear us, please just get out and come back in. Maybe it will be better.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Stanton. Very interesting here is primarily I was speaking more about the impact we could gain from what the entire process of 9.1 million. But contrary to that is the violation of the Liberian Act. If the government is inspired to provide the opportunity for ordinary Liberians who have firms and institutions that they are running, and you're changing that to be able to give that to a foreigner, that is extremely unprecedented. And I don't know how we can be able to even justify that. Liberians' firms are not being protected. We're not providing adequate opportunity to Liberians who have, the institution. I read the letter. How the letter is. The title of the letter said acknowledging your loss of contract bid. As a Liberian, you'll be critical to us. Who are my closer competitors in the entire process? And you'll be told I was a Chinese man who they gave the opportunity to. And this is wrong. Ghanaians will never do this. Ghanaians, in fact, have specific part of their policy where they protect Ghanaian firms. In fact, in recent times, the Ghanaian gold consultant institution, transition the entire gold process to have a Ghanaian gold setter that is making their own gold. They took it from the foreigner and they're doing it themselves. So this is extremely wrong. And the other aspect that is also important, Stanton, I agree with you that we have to consider, is the president being respected by cabinet members? This is a very genuine question. The president wrote a letter and said, yes, without reservation, this is the company I prefer with this entire deal. The cabinet member went behind, make their own decisions, and they came up with their own plans. So who is actually running the country? The president should be extremely respected in any scenario. But today, his decisions, it's a public embarrassment. The letter, I will publish it today on social media. Then the Liberian Post really letter that the president made a decision. The minister, or I don't know which minister, maybe it's not you have better understanding of which one the minister, change that entire decision, whether Minister of Finance or Minister of Public Work. But this is extremely embarrassing. And the final thing about it is that I will add to this conversation in my closing is all of this conversation come back to the Unity Party platform. Whether you like it or not, we'll come back to it. The president campaigned on specific principles to change this country in fairness, in transparency, and also in showing that Liberians are played first beyond any other process. I don't see this in any way forward, and I hope this can change in the coming time, but this is extremely dangerous for us as Liberians. And that's my closing on this, Stanton.
I think I'm okay.
Yeah, for that, I'll try to hear you.
Yeah, it was a beautiful show, but let me close on this issue. To all the rescue missionaries, one of the reasons why we was a one-term president, because of corruption, nothing else. Nothing else. You made a promise that you were bringing 285 yellow machines. Look, you have from now to 2029. If you don't have the money, fulfill your promises or this major promise in segments. 2026, bring 75 yellow machine. I know you can afford. 2027, you bring some. 2028, you bring the last one. In fact, Liberian will understand, they will appreciate you. Simple. You are not under obligation to bring all the yellow machines because you don't have the money. Nobody is tying you. Nobody is saying if you don't bring all the yellow machines, you promise us in 2025, 2026, you will lose the election. In 2029. They say cut your coat according to your measurement. My best advice to you, rescue missionaries, you made a promise, the money was high, you listened to the people, from 85 million, it came to 40 million, 27, later on 21. If you don't have the money, bring the equipment step by step. Before 2029, the 285 yellow machines will be in the country, promise fulfilled, all in capital letter. This delay, now you are in court. We don't know what will be the outcome of the court. It's not helping. And the people are looking at you. You got to speed up. Bring your 550 yellow machine. Let the people see and tell them, say, next year we'll bring the other one. 2027 will bring the other one. 2028 will bring the last one. You move. The country move. You have fulfilled your promise. Lastly, this is our taxpayers. And Liberians be there for the process. I don't know what went behind the scene. But the Chinese, if they are bringing their money in this country, including Americans, they will hire American firms, they will hire Chinese firms. Who told you the ministerial complex? They never hire any other, company that could build that complex. There are several people, but they talk a Chinese company. So the fact that the yellow machines are going to be procured by our taxpayers' money, it is imperative to state clearly that a Liberian man, a Liberian business person, a Liberian firm must be prioritized. We're not just saying you're not qualified, then you get it. But there are all indications that this firm met all the requirements. When you tabulated all the other things that he's entitled to, his bid was the lowest. Now you're going to court. Finally, negotiate. Even though Stanton said we are past that level, but the matter can go to court. I'm not a lawyer, but somebody can withdraw the case based on settlement behind the scene. Can say, go withdraw the case. You and the Chinese mayor will procure the yellow machine in the country and will be okay. It's still not late. It's never late to withdraw your case from the court. So let the negotiation start. One of the reasons Lila failed, they failed to negotiate. One man is angry, Lord, my man will baking you. 285, you are our son. We already gave it to the man, you bring 100 yellow machine. You Chinese man, you bring the rest. Case closed. You're not forced to bring everything one day. Why are you keeping the every day? Yellow machine, yellow machine, yellow machine. Hey man, we baking you. You can do it step by step. See, oh, thank you. I want to rest here.
Thank you. You know what you just said before the rest of the guys? The same person that begging for this, Vendetta Patrick, and the same person that brought in 60 buses, ABK. Look at the document I put in the chat room. ABK put everything he had on the line, VP, right? And he made President Baga proud today. He made President Baga proud today. 60 buses. The total. 18 seater, which was 20. You know how much he paid? How much he took from the bank, VP? $3.9 million. Vanilla Patrick. The bank loaned him $3.9 million to bring in 60 buses. Just to prove that LeBron can do it too.
Now government loan again for Echo Bank.
And I put the people in the team. I don't know what President Baga said government loan. I don't know who can really advise the paper. The government put 500. And I will say this. My man, me talk, thank you.
Hey, you run away for it. You want sugar coated.
But allow me to talk.
Government loan, my man. That crossfire now, Jai can't.
It's not crossfire. Let me help the people understand something about the buses, great. Then we'll go into crossfire. Excuse me, not great.
My man will close in, man.
Right? 60 buses. Stop now, baking your man. Emmanuel, $3.9 million this brother put on the line. $3.9 million. The government only put 500,000. 500,000 for 5 years. The brother negotiated that they will pay him money. For how much interest? The document is in the general.
Now we don't want to pay that money because 5 years from now we'll be in power.
The document in the chat room. They signed a contract. It's in the chat room. You read it. So if this brother can come up with $3.9 million to bring buses today that President Baga was in waving, why can't they just try his company? Man, this is bad. This is really bad, my people. Emmanuel, let's hear you. Let's hear you, Emmanuel.
Yes, Stanton, reading this document is a reminder of the challenge you have when you want to pay overtime for things and when you have to pay it on the spot of a few months. I think what Evergreen did very wonderfully and tactically was to show to the Liberian government that they could pay this money over time. And many people fall on that bandwagon, believing that that possibility would have been cheaper. So therefore, saying that you can purchase this with $21 million and we will pull it over 8 years period. And ABK saying you can purchase this now, we'll put 100% of our money in it. And once it's delivered, you have to pay us 100%. Seems to have confused a lot of people who was in our committee. Therefore, at the end of the day, instead of us paying $21 million, we paying $30 million. And we even have, according to this document, we have even committed ourselves to 10.5% of the government credit facility for this company. So ABK was saying that I'm going to do this thing 100%. I'm going to take the loan. I'm going to take all the risks. The Chinese company is saying that I'm going to do it for $21 million, but you're going to take part of this risk because you have to put the credit facility down and we have to go through this period of time. And that's where we are right now. Free things are not always free. Cheap things are not always cheap. There is always the online. The lawyers are here. Councillor Bala and Councillor Clinton. They both of them know how to write the gray spot, those small point in a contract that if you wear 10 glasses, you can see. I think this is what we are struggling right now with the gray area in the contract, and definitely this has been flagged and brought up, and hopefully the government and those who are supposed to give the final go ahead with this will see that there was this gray area in a contract that perhaps many of those who accepted did not see that area in his contract.
Let's hear you, Clinton. You have not spoken yet, right, Tamar?
Tamar,
okay, let's hear Clinton. Clinton, go ahead, sir.
No, I haven't spoken yet, CEO.
Good. Let Clinton go ahead and you can come in. Clinton?
Look, I mean, this is nothing short of corruption, and from the very beginning, it's just look. People are not going to give it to ABK because they're not going to get what they're hoping or what they've negotiated from the very beginning of this thing to get from the Chinese company. So whatever you do, they're going. That's why they are not listening to the president. And Kanye race is something very important, and it just speaks more to want to say who's really in charge. Is this president? Because Stanton read a letter that says the president says Caterpillar and he supports Caterpillar, but then there was one explanation by Kanye that says this contract wasn't a wallet because it was in Caterpillar. So the people in the president's office or the president, they didn't do no due diligence before writing that letter. He writes a letter and says, this is Caterpillar. They have a repetition, and so we should do this. Again, a lot of confusion about what's going on in the president's circle. But it's, again, no control, lack of effective leadership. And look, I really feel bad, ABK, good guy. No, ABK very well, very good guy, means well. And it's unfortunate he's trying. He's really been trying to do his best, as a Liberian business to do something in the country. And it's unfortunate that his own government is doing him this way. I hope, and the ABK, our support to you as you fight this ugly machinery that is trying to. This corrupt machinery that is trying to undermine liberalization and of course corrupt Liberian people.
Clinton, do you have a law firm in Liberia?
No, that's a real question you want to ask.
Thank you. Tamar, let's go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, CEO. And CEO, this is our closing for tonight, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So first of all, let me make a recommendation tonight, first of all, and then before I do my criticism. I think we should turn the PPC into the Liberian own, not only PPC, but a public procurement arm of the government. For too long, we have done PPC. If we need to create another arm, then let's do that. But we should begin to cut out the middleman, Stanton. It is time that we cut out the middleman. And I'm always thinking, how do we rethink government? Look, I care less about the likes of former representatives who come on this show. They are still angry because they lost election and they are always in opposition mode. I care less.
Attacking a chorus.
Yeah, no, I'm closing now. I'm closing.
I get him every day.
Welcome back. I'm former voice on the show. CEO knows. I don't come here every day, but when I come to represent. You see, he's gonna interrupt me all night. He loves to do that. He loves to do that. That's great. Just be quiet. Let me speak. It's my time now. It's my time. It's my time now. Look, you can call me Peking. I may even be older than you. Don't mind these looks.
So get back to the talking point. Leave Gray alone.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
Just discuss the issue, man.
Thank you. Great. Just be quiet. Let me close, please. Let me tell you. And let me speak directly tonight to the presidency. We should create a procurement arm of the government. If we need to amend the PPC, let's do that. But that's what I'm going to say. When the cost of a procurement lot increases from $21.6 million to $30.7 million, that's almost 30% increase. It raises questions. Your citizens want to know why. The vice presidency have been charged. Honorable Jeremiah Kuhn, this is your time to shine. This is your time to come forward. Do not, and this is to Jeremiah Kuhn and to President Boakai, do not let people run circles around you. We understand that the presidency is an institution, but you owe it to the Liberian people. We trust in you. We trust in your ability to lead and transform this nation. What you've done over the last 2 years is bigger and greater than what CDC did in the last 6 years. We don't want to go back to CDC. We don't want to give CDC an option. But you have to convince us that you deserve this chance that has been given to you to lead Liberia. And we are looking up to you. And we still believe in you. We still support you. But do the right thing. Always. For Liberia. Let's put Liberia first. Thank you, CEO. It's always been a pleasure being on here.
Again, thank you very much, Tamba. I want to say thanks to every one of you. I'm trying to find a video that Tamba, some people building his house. And as they were eating, Tamba said, the more spoon you take, the more work you will do because I provided the food. I want you guys to listen to Tamba telling our fellow Liberians, the most spoon. Can anybody find that video in our chat room and send it to me?
See you want to set me up, man. See you, don't set me up.
I am not setting you up. I wanted people to know who you are when you travel to Liberia, the way in which you can make our folks work for food. And then you want to be the one winning election in Lofa County.
Yes, I create jobs. I'm a job creator.
You are. And I want to say to all of you, it's been a wonderful show. We appreciate you tonight. We want to say, listen, we couldn't get to the LBS Casino, the information that they were owned or they are owned by Jose Yuma Barker's sons. Some information reaching us, we'll share with you tomorrow. We couldn't get to the 5 or 7 All Blacks. And kind of, please, I beg you, please research this. Ask your lawmaker that the government is about to award to NOCAL, and those All Black will be given to some company that cannot, shitty company. You remember Honor Alex Tatter? Alex Tatter as speaker during Madam Salif's time. He brought a company by the name Liberty Company. If any of you were younger and following the news at the time, Akaris Grave should remind us.
I know about that.
They awarded the All Black to Liberty Company. They couldn't do put money down for signing bonus, nothing whatsoever. Alex Tatter got married with Madam Sally, and that started his struggle and his removal. Now, what happened? The company is back. Everything under the first UP, back under the second UP. Guru, Bao, Oglo, everything under the first UP. They're coming back. 5 All Black again on the market. Wait for the more. We'll dig into it and let you know. Where are we going, folks? What's happening? Who's in charge? May God bless you, man. May God keep you. We say thank you for always joining us. We stay waiting for the response from Mr. Cummings as to this budget. Our brother Emmanuel George will tell us. We will be inviting Musa Belete on the show to talk to us about his new trend this week. Again, this is Spoon Talk. It's open for every one of you to come and discuss. It's good to have our brother, Governor Clinton, the American lawyer, back. While we also deal with our brother, Councilor Kano Bagbala, the Liberian lawyer. And the Liberian people decide, one speaking to law, one speaking to rhetoric. And it is what it is. I'm not saying nothing about you. I'm not saying nothing about you. Who's Greg and tell who's speaking to rhetoric? Great. That's so far, Greg. Yeah, have a good night. God bless you all.
Come on, good night.
Yes, can you come on?
Yeah. Good night.
Good night, Gray. Good night, Gray. Look, let me tell you, we're going to erect the checkpoints.
My man, no checkpoint, man.
We're going to erect the checkpoints. We're gonna erect the checkpoint. Let me tell you, look, let me tell you, Gray, I know CDC wants to recruit me.
Let me ask you a question.
I'm evaluating.
Tama, leave Gray alone. Tama, you were aware of the old man playing the salsa and dancing, right?
Yes, my mom. Yes. It's a control.
That's your mom, right?
Yes, that's my mother. How did you find out?
You gotta be that Omar, man. Like, who Omar there? You just tell about
don't talk over.
Let me share a story. Let me share a story. That was the Mayor-elect Mamdani visiting the Park Hill community on Staten Island, and my mom having to be a market woman. She's retired, but she still her little birabo and pepper and oil on the side of the street. So the mayor comes in the community, the Oma there was Sasa. She there to welcome him. And she's a deacon in the church. She's a mother. So that's Mother Tua Sia Peters. That's my mom. That's the woman who gave birth to this man, who can talk plenty.
So what did he tell her?
I was in there. I was in the city, man. I was in the city. But he was visiting the community.
I think you need to take that video and send it to him.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
It's historical. You need to take the full video. You want a video?
Yes, please. Please send it to me. Yes, please.
Do you have it?
No, I don't have it. Is it on your page? I'm
gonna send it to you. Yeah.
That's lovely.
We got so many people from Staten Island and send it.
And she plays the salsa even in church.
Did somebody tell her to do it, though? Yeah, did somebody tell her to do it?
So we have the community leadership. They came around, they informed the community members that the candidate is going to be visiting. That was before the election. But she was already on the road. So she took her salsa, said, just in case he shows up, I'm going to welcome him. And she did that. It wasn't planned. It was sporadic.
Wow.
It was really beautiful.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I hope to meet your mother someday, man. I will come over to Staten Island and talk to her one of these days. I mean, that's inspiring.
Yeah,
I'm gonna send you the video. Try to send the video, and maybe she can take the video to him.
I will bypass you. I will come visit the woman behind you.
She can take the video. She can tell her to take the video to him. Tell her, bring the Oma to my church one day. Let her fellowship together.
Okay, all right, that's right, brother. You see how everything is falling in place, Stanton. I told you, I'm one of yours.
Thank you very much, Tamba. Our regards to the old man. Great thing, man. Great.
Her name is Marcia. You call her Marcia.
Marcia, thank you very much.
Thank you, the old man, man.
The Honorable Gray. Thank you, Chief.
Honorable Gray. We'll talk again soon.
The old man to you like that. You want them to be bad, but I hate me.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Tamba. Yeah, I can say thanks for producing for us tonight. We do appreciate you. To all of our followers, we want to say thanks. And again, meet us back here on the mall. Thanks to Sekou Sharif, Voice of Liberia. We got a lot of story. We can't just cover all in a single day. But whenever you join us, we'll try our best and give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. This is what we do on Spoon Talk. Thank you for being part of this network and family to this network. All those that couldn't join us today, all of the other panelists, we send a shout out to them. Don't forget our sister Glendy is bereaved. You can reach out to her, and also our brother Russell is bereaved. Also, we want to say please reach out to him. Now, for the rest of the guys that are not here, we wish them well, and the entire network, the team, Madam Titi, the staff member, all the managers, we want to say thank you. You've done a great show. Be blessed. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you, Yekezi. Good morning.
Okay, so that's it, folks. That's all the time we have to be here on this edition of the show. John, the CEO, and his team, later today for another edition of the Spoon Talk right here on Spoon 107.5, 101.1 Fabric, on our various social media handles. Spawn TV Live, Fabric TV Live, Super TV Live, and via our YouTube channel. My name is Yekezi Zobel, bidding you a pleasant goodbye from Odious Congo Town in Monrovia, Liberia. Bye-bye.
Yes, God, a special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon, and your boy.